morning to my collective soul tribe and soul family. And good morning, last but not least, my dirty little gals and my dirty little guys over there. Who done been down Buddy Crossroads last night. Them a want go bashment and enjoy themselves and take a little drink and take a little smoke and them are just returning to the bed if they just getting home just now. Right, right. We have some people who like to party on a Monday because they might choke up on a Sunday. Uh-huh. So now it's Tuesday. You ready? You ready? What is the day? Today is your Taco Tuesday where you like. Morning, morning, morning. I decided to give you a look of face this morning because I ain't serving no face no other day. I didn't put no other thing on my face the other day. So today I give you looks. I give you a little bit of looks. Right, right, right. So me get message from the little dirty girls them. I don't know why it come through in this accent. So it's a lot of international foreign travel, foreign. Some people are tell themselves them are foreign. One little girl, she match in a foreign, so she just hang by the foreignizers. She does hang by the foreignizers, they will say. But she look black Chinese, but she does speak no Chinese. She not speak no other language but bull. The battery, yes? Yes, yes, yes. So it had these things going on. It had these things going on. So in the city of Angels, what happened there? Over in Anaheim, some children at the night, I could call them children at the night because anything like that is traumatic. The girl tells herself she go set the car on fire with she friends and the dog inside of the car over by the gas station over in the city of Angels, which is in California and Anaheim. Anybody know the etymology of the word Anaheim is a chili pepper, a tapered chili pepper, long, right, with a curve, and it's green. All right, it's a chili pepper, it's a pepper. So things start to get hot now. Things start to get really, really hot. So I start see people start moving erratically around me and around the house and things like that. Usually the child, he's very well mannered, very, very well tempered. Well, he started to act a little erratic yesterday. Not gonna handle. But the thing is, a lot of times I ain't looking at what the world doing. So sometimes the world had to send me messages of what going on. So when I see the child start acting up, I say, oh gosh, them I act up outside. So when I look outside, I see one little dirty boy passing by me yard, steady pun steady. He playing the music one time. He just coming by talking any phone, trashy talking the next time. And he doing so in order. He doing one round me house. He going through the alley, he coming by the side, he coming through this place, he coming through that place. And this is the stalker one who does follow me up and down the road. There is a girl one, is a young girl, she follow me up and down the road. It's a couple of them. But this one, ducky little boy, right? Him a tell himself some love spell or somebody done did something to him. So I see he dread start to sit up on his head as he walking by. And I hear he say something like, he don't want you or she don't want, wherever he say, he wait and he time it so as he walking past me cameras when he say so. So that let me know it's something wrong with the man's mind. Somebody broke his mind, right? And most of the time they probably telling him is something what me doing. Sir, I don't want you in my perimeter. I don't want you walking around by my cameras. I ask no attention for you. I just cut my own grass, so I don't need you I don't need your services. So the fact that you is doing all this perimeter work, I need you to go and find something to do because I know these people are not paying you for no services. You just do that because you want to be seen. You want somebody to ask you something. The only thing I want to ask you is to leave. But I would not say nothing because I see it's you. You want something to say. You want me to say something to you because you need a reaction. Because you, your crazy self, I feel somebody done tell you something and they tell you wrong. They lead you down the wrong pathway, especially if it lead to me. And I call for you and I send for you. So where you come for? What, the little dirty girl that is hanging in the alley tell you something? Well, she done drain she other families and friend dead energy, right? That's why the little girl Angie does fall out from time to time. She doesn't even know that is she like a girlfriend who cause herself she got the godmother of all them children. She is the one siphoning your fucking energy if in case you wanna know. In case the kids want somebody to look at. They wanna look at the one who had no job who always still get the money. And she always are running around, old as she is, and she never go sit down nowhere. The damn thing is upwards of 60 years old and you're trying to figure out why she does hang in the alley in the street all the time. Is because she's the one siphoning the energy, honey. It's not me. Y'all the one sharing toti all the time. Y'all sharing toti. When you share toti like that, you don't know, you just hook up the essence, right? So when all you want take up with the little guy across the street that has hung up in that has act like a freaking vampire. He actually been act like a freaking vampire, so don't act like he wasn't gonna touch court to you. Right? Right. Mm-hmm. And you see your mother not bringing nothing else beside him. He's the only one. It's because that is the order of things. But you tell yourself you know things, right? It's all right. It's all right. Right, right, right. So we have some of the big girls, them, the big girls team, them, or whatever them tell themselves, right? Them are upset, right? So them are told everything. They hit me with the best shot and it's not working. So they tell themselves, I'm an alien, I'm otherworldly. Nah, I just hear. I hear fair and so, I eating food, you know, I drinking water. Same thing what you had to do, right? But you don't do it, right? You do something else. It's something else you do, right? Because I ain't living the type of life where you live, right? Mm-hmm. So you had a dirty little boys just rounding the house and looking me looking crazy and say little things, right? I see the backfire happen with the little boy right away. I start to chat up one thing, so as I stand the porch, right? And he looking and he smiling like a dotish guy. Because they not know I looking at him and he looking at me and we looking at the same damn thing, but he thinking I crazy because I still smiling because I still got life in me. So why shouldn't I be grateful? You is the one taking life for granted, right? I grateful, yes? All right, cool. So me walk and I sit and I watch and I sit on the porch and I watching it look a crazy guy, right? And he's smiling and I tell myself, I start to chat up one time and he looking and he smile, the corners of his smile start to turn down. I say, good for you. Good. So he watching me and he say, I don't think she know, do she know, I think she know. So they go inside and they come outside and they look a dirty boy. The one that had the broken foot, I think he started to know, maybe I should just chill out and watch everybody. So he started to watch the little boy and he started to laugh. And then I watched the boy drop the bike and then he can't get the bike up and the bike don't start, right? Right. So I start to see the backfires happening right away. It don't happen like you think. It's just it's a build up. You gotta let the thing build up, right? Because a lot of you don't think fat meat greasy. Till you find out and you slip, right? Till you slip on it. So here with me I do. Because tell you what some of the backfire look like. Just like in Anaheim with the lady when she come out and she set fire. So the fact that it's happening on the next side of the road and it's stuff happening on this side of the road, well, I tell you that all you start to work up some energy in the atmosphere. That's why the rain have to come so often. It's because all you're dropping things in the earth and you're disturbing the graveyard and you're messing with spirits was none messing with you. And then you're disrespectful because in the same sense of the thing, you're calling on things that you don't understand, you don't see, but you tell yourself God not come through it. That is the problem with you. You tell yourself God not come through it. You tell yourself your remote control, your spices, damn. You tell yourself your energy work, damn. You tell yourself you and your sisters, you and your brothers, and all your joke circle and all your little perverted things you will do. You tell yourself God never see you, but God put you here, right? Right. God give your eyes, he give your ear, he give your taste, right? He give your senses. So this, the fact of the matter, he throw your big brother, the Lucifer down here to come keep your company. And you still say Ghana coming Ghana see. All right, no problem. Dirty little boy and dirty little girl. All right. Is one card me want to show you. Me want to show you something I've been dreaming about for nine months. Over 9 months. It's like a birthing. It's like a birthing. Like this morning, I think I almost went into labor. I went into spiritual labor. Me want to have this baby so bad. Let me show you one dirty little girl. Me dream about she so long. And every time I go into the dream state and I see the ducky little girl, oh God, what happened to my kids then? Wow. It turned inside out inside the box. Look, let me show you. Who in the ass put the cards so? Nobody. Nobody put the cards so. You see what I'm saying? Nobody. So it's a lot of bacchanal, a lot of chaos right now in the energy. Only because everybody upset. Don't nobody know what going on. Everybody just play with spirituality, but they don't understand, right? They want to take up things and they want to tell themselves the powerful and they want to say all the nice words and they want to say Egypt words and they like to play and things like that. They tell themselves the special, but they never understand. You had to be special to be special. You had to have special education to have special to be special. Because if you start playing with things that you don't understand and start to play with you, you're going to look dotish, right? You're going to look dotish. Like this one here. This one I like to play Christian, but this one really Catholic, right? And she really an atheist, but she just play Catholic because this is the shortest service that she could go through, right? She not have to punish for no choir and the jumping up and down. She like a little candle, throw a little 25 cents in the box. So say something to the saints, buy a candle, and there she do, right? So it's very, very stoic service where you go because I done been to the Catholic service. And I tell you that I never enjoy a Catholic service. But what I say is I never feel nothing from a Catholic service when I gone. So this one I bounce so. This one I bounce so. She looks so. But the thing is, the colors are changed. She black so, the white, right? So whoever she watching she, whoever she oversees, she pastor, she leader, whatever, is a white man. This one is a black woman, right? I gotta tell you so. I gotta tell you exactly how I see she, right? So for 9 months, she's sitting this thing here, right? She in purgatory, right? But she don't look good on the outside. You see she walking so, you see she driving so, but this she so, right? This she so. And I can tell you, she been tied up so, and every time she lie. She there with the blindfold and she said, no, it's not me. No. And I telling you, since San Diego, since before I leave in San Diego 2024 in December and come back this side, I been seeing, matter of fact, it's over 9 months. I overborn. Over 9 months, I've been seeing you tie up like this. You tie up and you keep lying. You keep saying, no, it's not me. I didn't do it. No. And you're trying to find every way out of the contract where you're set, but you can't find it because you really don't want out of the contract. You just want out of trouble. So this here for the little dirty girl who bonded, and it's a couple of them, right? It's a couple of matriarch because things come circle. They've been around me, every one of them. And what happened is, two of them have an A name. Two of them have an A name. The partners, them with it, they just get will have an S name, and is a woman. One of them is out. One of them is live. She living the life where she partner. She life partner is a woman. That's one of the A's. One of the A's is life partner is a woman. The next one, she might as well be with a woman because the man bitch so much. Right? That one. Right. So them are two binded. And them are head witch. Right. Me see it. So here what happening now. All you like to play with spirit and them and you tell yourself God will see you. and where your altar, and your altar is a woman snatch. That is where your altar is. You just praise that. And you're nasty soul. When I tell you it's not wrong, is something wrong. Love is love, right? If you're loving, you love. But when you're down there and you just worship soul, and you does not give God no praise, no real praise, you tell yourself God is a convenience for you. You only have what 20 minutes for a service. Where you lighting candle, you throw a nickel and penny and dime, and you tell yourself you done buy yourself another week, another day or so, another blessing. You're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing, right? Because you still live yourself upside down, and you're the thief. You're the thief house. You're the thief. You're the thief car. You're the thief credit. You just teach so many things, and where you sit down and you're around the youth, and the youth who you can't lead down the wrong path, you just try to destroy the next one. And where you say every time you come around me, you could not impress me because I was not impressed by nothing you do. And that is why a lot of you upset is because you tell yourself it's a little girl you're coming for see, and you see a grown woman and a young woman body, and you tell yourself you're offended. And every time you see a grown woman and a young body, you get upset, and you start to work things up in your life, and you start to talk and chat and tell people, well, that one had to be humble, but that one thinks she all that. Well, I have a right to think about myself how I feel. The same way you have a right to think about yourself how you feel. Where you tell yourself you're gonna take somebody's stuff because you don't like how they feel about themselves. Why you should have things. We don't like how you feel about yourself. You don't feel no way about yourself. That's why you put yourself down. That's why you put yourself down on your knees in front of that woman out there, and you sit there and you pray shit. But you spend hours, you spend all type of thing. You just work your neck down there. But you can't go to church for an hour. You can't praise for an hour. You can't wash for an hour. You can't lead the youth anyway because you're not going anywhere but down on your knees and to the abyss again. Uh-huh. You tell yourself you want to make me feel something, but you don't feel nothing because your heart gone, your heart contrite. All you know is money and that release. The temporary release. What they call it? La petite marte. I know you just call it, that is what they call it, la petite marte. That is French for the little death. That will happen every time you just climax, your soul does snatch away from your body. That is why they call it soul snatcher. That is why you feel like you have to be so hard at the conalingus and whatever have you, right? That's why you want to do that. Because the actual spiritual thing of laying down in intimacy is the bodies matching in parallel and doing what they have to do, the undulating and all that is spiritual. So now all you want to do is a bunch of oral sex them. That is the nastiness, right? When I say you don't get a little kink and you'll want to have a little fun with your friend and them and all that, but that is supposed to be sacred with your mate, all right? So some of y'all then get into these situations and these contracts and you don't understand, or do you overstand? You tell yourself that God will not come as long as you do it in such a way. So some of y'all take your partners and say, all right, we're going to make vows and we're going to do it. We're going to put this stage on and we're going to make it look like what it's supposed to look like. But you can't blaspheme at the same time and you try to use the same devices to get blessed with. You understand? So a lot of you that's wicked and you already done curse your bloodline by the moves where you make. And then after you make these moves, you say, all right, so I'm good, right? I am good standing. I wouldn't be for God and I ask for so and so to be my mate. And I tell it's the world you ask. You didn't ask God because God would not ever say yes. It's the world where you ask. As long as they have a box for it on the paper, you feel as though it's all right, right? You tell yourself, I following the laws of the land, but the land never belonged to you or the man who you just asked it from. So all you get things wrong, or your picture kind of tilted, all right? So some of the backfires and some of how you know some of these people don't have the right measurement, I can tell you. Why in the hell is you 5'3" with a 9 foot long foot? Why your foot so damn big and you're so fucking short? And why some of your feet so small you never have steps? You don't have a path. The reason why your feet so small is because you could never fit a real bit shoes. Right? Right. So some of your measurements are for a reason. And you should look at that. Why she's so damn short and why she feet so long is because she is a overstepper. She like to overstep she boundaries. She entitles. Look at some of the little habits here that's walk with. Why the feet so big and they so small? Eh? What ground they covering? Right, them are overstepper. And then you have some who have small feet. They might have no path. They might never have they might have no footstep because they might never feel a real woman show. Right? They might have to stay with kid shoes. They need to be in kid steps because they might have a kid mind, right? So some women that never have no big real woman foot. Real woman foot actually fit she measurements, right? It's gonna fit she steps because she steps need fullness. She's gonna need to do high heel till a ball till a toe, right? So you gotta watch out for proportion. So when she foot too small, she should have never step into the leadership, all right? Because it's something gonna go on. And when she foot too tall, she's a overstepper. She too entitled. She go try boss, you try dominate, right? Right, right. And some of them, when they get the measurement, them are falling. Them know, them are blessed. But because the wicked take hold on them before they can understand how blessed they is, they never they never overturn. They never overturn. So they might even have the measurements. They might not even have the looks. Them have the ingredients. However, they must still boss up a sour soup. The soup no good. Right? It tasting good because you know what to put in it, but the soup no good because everything around them seem to be binded. So they bind it, right? They might bind it. So what I gotta tell you about the religion so when they put Christianity here, it's not because they wanted to make it so everybody had the same understanding. When they put Christianity, I understand it's under the guise of religion. And I broke down religion months ago. I tell you, it's to bind back, it's to tie away things, right? And in order to be free, you have to be unbound. So when you step into these religious contracts, you just tie yourself up and you just bound yourself to whatever somebody believes. And you're going by somebody's recipe about what it is. But if the true freedom of having a relationship with God is having your own recipe to get to Him because nobody is the same. Me cry out to God is not the same way you cry out to God. I see an 8 tree and it's in the thing, so it's 11. Right? So everybody had their own recipe on the how they're going to get to the Savior, right? Right. Because nobody the same, but everybody want freedom and He give you free will. So He say, all right, if it's me you're looking for, you go find me. You don't need nobody else design. And when you step into the realm of religion, you're stepping into like a uniform. You're stepping into something that's the opposite of freedom. You're stepping into bindmanship. You're stepping into somebody else rules, how somebody else say, how somebody else get it. Right? Some people speak tongues, some people don't. Some people meditate, some people don't. Some people exercise, some people have certain ways in which they connect to the Lord. So how dare you say that it's only one way to get to my God? When God gave you so many pathways as long as you come to Him, right? And that's the problem. All you want to be in control of how other people worship, how other people just do, and all these other things. But what things get wrong is when you start stealing from the people of the God, and nobody can worship without trouble in the mind. And now we come around circle. A lot of y'all just keep up all these chaos because if a person is so chaotic, they can't go to the Most High. Them in too much chaos. Them cannot find peace. They can't get answers. Them can't ask questions because you have everything in chaos. You ever tell yourself you're leaving out? You're leaving out the house. And it seems like the closer you get to the door, you can't find your key. And then next thing you know, somebody calling you and they're calling in, whatever they're calling you about is nothing. But it seemed like it's so important that you had to pick up the phone. You ever hear your phone ring and your phone ring the same way all the time, but sometimes when it ring, it's like it's intense. You like, why the phone never ring like that? But the phone is the same phone. It's not a different tone. It's just when you hear it ring, it like it ring hard. And you're like, damn, it's like somebody really want me to answer that phone. Right. I used to answer the phone when it ring hard like that. Now I understand when a phone ring hard like that, don't answer the phone. Because it's somebody pulling on you. It's somebody pulling on your attention, just like the keys will pull on your attention. You ever get a bill in the mail, and they did this nice thing with color coding. This how I understand is people program, because I used to be a part of them. I understand when the BG&E good, the thing show up white and green, nice, and you see the clear lines, nice and green. And when things start get trouble, it start show up black white. It show up black, white, and pink. It show up black, white, and red. That's supposed to give you alarm, make you say, hey, I need to do this urgently. And sometimes they will do it just to see how much they can make you panic. Right? Sometimes if somebody watch you pull your bills out of the mailbox and they just looking to see how your eyes does shape, how your face does scrunch up, see whether you're under pressure or what the bills do to you when you get your bills. Same face watching you, how your bills affect you, never pay no bills. Some people watching you to see how you feel about wherever you pull out the mailbox. Them a try figure out how you are still smile. Yeah, you got stack of bills. Some of them send their own bills over to you to see how you go feel with that. You understand? So you have to pay attention to your neighbors, them, and how they will watch you, because sometimes they will watch you because they're trying to understand how is you living so. You're living quite so close to me, but me and you having a different experience. You can't have a different experience, man. I done told myself I comfortable here. So how can you be comfortable here? How you making yourself comfortable? I never say you could come and be comfortable in my neighborhood. But it's in the Bibles, none of this land belong to you. This land is our land. It's not just yours. That's why we all have to take care of it. So when everybody started to get selfish and they tell themselves they don't want nobody to have a land, they don't want nobody to have no happiness, they don't want nobody to have no peace. Them is the same ones who will slide in the pew and look upon the neighbors, tell your neighbors you're blessed, tell your neighbors you're this. Them a lie. And the pew should turn a fire right then and there. Them not care about no neighbors. Them a go to church so they can talk about the neighbors. They say, I don't know what. I just look and I see the young girl and she never speak to me and she not want to be my friend. So I go come here and talk about you and I go pray for she and hope she speak to me, madam. Madam, you're the devil. Me not speak to you. Y'all go to church to bring up bacchanal. What's wrong with you? They're not blessed. They're not blessed. Some you only know the only reason why you just go to church is because nobody will talk to you and you feel as though the Lord would make them speak to you. Well, sometimes the church house is where you will meet most of the pretenders. That way you're going to meet most of the people confused because them I use religion as an excuse to be under the same roof with people where they never would have been under the roof with. And in some of them conversations we are here, oh, you never know. I didn't know you, and I'm so glad to meet you in the house of the Lord. But you bring confusion conversation, right? And you tell yourself, since them people there can listen to you, that you is in the house of people who have the same likeness. No. You're gonna meet everybody there. You go meet everybody there. The monster that come there, he looking for the woman who praying real hard because he go use religion against she. He go say, oh yeah, she's a very obedient saint. I have a God complex. Let me go. Yeah, right. That's what you gotta do. And then you are the woman The woman who tells herself she's so virtuous. She say, I so virtuous. I have to find me a man who go come to the church and he dressed with the biggest knot on his tie and he had a nice car. So I am going to be a first lady. I go make somebody a preacher in here today. I so virtuous. But honey, you done put on skims, you done put on girdle, you done put on what obvious so you can put on body shaper, you done tot up your bumbo, you done put on the best wig with the best aquanet you can find, and you gonna meet real man. Hold up, back up. You gonna meet real man? Miss, is that your figure? Hey, look at the girl. You look like that when you took off them all them conventional things there. When you take off the girdle, and when you take off the skims, when you take off the body shaper, you tell yourself you meet a real man. That same man where you steal from church. Him I know you lie, so he lying too. He say, baby, look good. Hell no, he's a damn lie. He go get it good, and he go back to where he like to be. With the young girls on the next pew over there who came tight so, who we go be able to control so. Alright? So over there so. And so and so. So a lot of y'all go into these church houses playing parts. All you is play parts. All you is characters. Your characters in there playing parts. And that's why you had to go in there so you could perform because it have a stage, right? And you tell yourself because it's an altar day that you can go and throw your things on there. Well, a lot of y'all go and you throw your things on there, but you don't know where you leave there. Hmm? And you're going to the same altar where it is tell the altar call and where it is called for the money. I went to one of these churches and they didn't get the money by the time. I'm telling you, I think the man was counting the money as it going in. And I mean, he was a prophet. He was a money prophet. He was counting the money. By the time the plate reach up, he say, he didn't even look in the thing. He say, it's not enough money in there. I need like $55 more. I said, what else is this? That the devil that? How you count that money so fast? Me only throw a little wrinkled dollars in there. I know he see me wrinkled dollar, right? Because I want to see. And he looking at me as he says, more money in there. There's more money here. Why ain't I get more money? I said, look at this. Well, Saints, are you going to give him more money? Because I ain't giving him shit. Yeah, the boss just say lock the fucking door. I said, well, shit, we go get whole hostage in this church. You think it only happen on the big screen? I see it happen in small scale just down the road. So he lock us in the building till he get $55 more. You shall see. People who know they going on the road to go and buy the little thing, them like, oh God, we gotta get some money. We not gonna get out of here. I was so surprised the thing go on like it did. I say, are we being held hostage in the name of the Lord? And indeed, we was being held hostage by the name of the Lord. It was so crazy. This the same non-profit. It's a non-profit I'm talking about. It's a non-profit that's run out today. And you have to go when you go, you just sign your name. And that is how you get credit for being there. You just sign your name, right? Right. So then of course you sign your name and you do all that. And I'm gonna hold your hostage and have a little church service. After them let you out, right? Them I give you a little salt powder, a little thing there, a little here there, you know, a little bag, right? And the funniest thing what happened, most of the people who there wanted to come there because they know how things go. As soon as they leave, they're gonna sell all the things what they get for free because it's coming from the non-profit and the profit know how money and things work. So It's a non-profit giving away profitable things, spending profitable time. Yet they need to account for your name and your demographics in order to claim profit. Because nothing don't run with no money, right? So them a lie. Is no wait, non-profit for who? Who not profiting from it? Them I want to say them words because the words sound good. But I never see nobody that associate themselves with a non-profit not walking around not walking around with somebody profit in the pocket, right? So when I see this and I say, well, damn, all right. So the people understand this. They don't mind being held hostage, just like a jail system, except you don't get out every day. So I realize it's not so much as physical bars, it's the mental bars where they put themselves in. As long as they could come and get the little small things, just like in prison, as long as you could come get your tree huts and your cut, it's the small things, right? So now you're outside and you could get the small things, but you have to fear imprisonment when you go and you call yourself worshiping for a minute, right? So you could get locked in for a little bit of resources. The little bit of resources you get just enough. And you go out there, you peddle your resources now. You peddle these resources to get more money. And when you're getting money, because it's just like so easy to go through this cycle again, you get your money and then you go around the corner because the way it's set up, it's places to peddle this money right away before you could even get out a mile away. It have things set up for you to spin it back right away. So you had a liquor store, you had a ting, you had the corner thing, you had a ting, you had the boys thing, boom, boom, boom. So you're right back at the door, God, because you're crying because you done spin out all your thing. And what most people do when they run out, they start cry out to God and they say, oh, God, help me. I got to do it again. I need you to take me through, right? So if they put all these things in close proximity, it's like you're in a nice recycling circle. So if you ever pay attention to the way this circle is looking, it's looking like a triangle, but it have all of these arrows were put and it looked more like a circle in the middle of the triangle, right? So you have to pay attention to the signs and the symbols and how things is laid down, right? Because a lot of y'all, it is like to miss things. That's why I say I don't think a lot of y'all went to geometry. They put me out of geometry, the bastards them. I was one of them ones who had an honor roll in geometry because when I get to shapes, when it come to shapes and diameter and meters and how volume and thing like that, it started to excite me and put me out of geometry. Imagine that. A child that's really good at geometry and it does everything to water that down. I remember my teacher, Mr. Gardner. He loved me so. But the thing, they take me away from Mr. Gardner because I was really good at math. It seemed like every time I get good at something, they would switch up the teachers or they would take me away from that school because they didn't like when I overstand in a situation or I overstand in a subject. They would always try to take it away from me. That's what I remember from as far as I could remember. Every time I prevail in something, they will come and try snatch it or readjust my schedule so I can't get good at something. And that's all right. I remember they take wait, they didn't even want me in calculus. I couldn't even get into advanced math, even though I was there. I would sign up, I would hang by the lockers and say, damn, why they never put me in calculus 1 and 2? I want to understand that. The farthest they let me get is with a lady and the matrix. Once they start giving me the matrix and I start learning how they had that thing set up between lines, they snatch me away from math. So this how I know beyond understanding that the plan already start to try to take on fruit when I get to the 8th grade. I was never supposed to make it to 43. I bless here right now at the age of 43. I was never supposed to make it, heart and soul, and that's why I go stay here because my time not done yet, right? You done try to lay me down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and look me still here, so it's nothing you're gonna do right now, right? You're gonna have to take it up with the Father why I still here, because I have a message and I still have things to do and I still have things to say to you, right? So the little dirty girl and the little boy, little dirty boy, them go and take a bath, go and bathe, go and mind their business, go and take some water and mind their business because this is the business of God. Yeah, I don't know. I done ask myself, I say, hey Father, hey, it's something I gotta tell you. These people don't want me here. Why you keep sending me back with them? He say, because it's not them who running things. It's me who running things. So you go back. You little wildy girl, you little widely girl. You go back down there and tell them what I said. Tell them everything when I tell you, and I go give you good for that. All right? And I say, all right, daddy. All right, daddy. It's okay. And they will tell you, they may try to kill me plenty times. They may tell you what they put in my cup. They may tell you what they do in my sleep. They may tell you they try to sabotage me, care, cut me, break lines, do all sorts of things to me. Ask them. That would tell you. I can tell you exactly where it happened at and who did it. I could pull up on them and tell, look on the house there. The house right there. They're right there. I can look on the face. I can tell you the children and the grandchildren and the lines and them. I can tell you everybody. And they look at me and they say, well, what the ass is this? How she look on me and she just look at me like I stupid. Because she is. Yes. Every time you tell me, oh, I fell asleep at the graveyard, you think I don't know what to do? You look a dirty, stupid girl. I know what you do. Mm-hmm. Every time. Even when I give you the flowers to go and plant by your brother like lay in place. Me, I know what to do, but it's not me for curse you. You curse yourself. Every time you pick up them devices, every time you have them conversations, every time you think you hurt, thank you. Bitch, you ain't saying thank you. You're saying thank you because you're so hard pressed you can't tell nobody thank you. It's the devil in you. Right? Right. It's only the mind games where you play with yourself. Right? Mm-hmm. When you like give people spaghetti with that nasty shit in it, you don't think there's nothing wrong with you. Somebody very disturbed. Why you want somebody to ingest your body fluids? What's wrong with you? You don't think it would have stirred up your mind after a while that you're so wicked? So here what started happening in a city where I don't understand. Why your children and them all fighting? Why you can't go out to no place and nobody wants to steal? It's because them have messed with the energy so much for the people who's supposed to be here. Them have tried to take away a lot of blessed people for a long time, and you're trying to understand, well, why this person is walk away from accident, why this person is walk away from this, why this person is walk away from that, is because God said it's supposed to be here and you are not in control. You are not in control, and the energy started to backfire. That's why your kids is not acting right. That's why you can't get things right. That's why your man not acting right. That's why your woman not acting right. That's why you think people thinking you're cussing and you ain't saying nothing. It's because they hearing things, because things start to backfire. You have a bad mind. So bad things start to come. Oh, me see a guy who worship me like that. He put his face in me altar. Now he face white like so. He looking like he went to the mountains of Methuselah. You wanna know why? It's because he aged himself, because he lie upon me cat. And I ain't gonna tell you that didn't happen to all of them were been there. They aged themselves in an improper ways because they try to age me. They try to put age on me thing. They try to put rat in me reputation. Them try to rat me when I never come to spoil them. You know how many things me can chat, and it is true. And them people, they went about here, there, and everywhere trying to ruin my reputation. But when it's lies, it can't stand. And that's why your body all broke down, and that's why your face all white, and that's why your mouth all dry, and that's why you had that limp, and that's why you have the erectile dysfunction, and you had to take a bunch of pills. And that's why she don't know whether she confused or not, because she always in my damn business, minding my business, right? Especially for the little confused girls who always want to chat my business, but I don't know them. It's because they're lying, they're wrong. So the backfire of the word magic is for them to be confused. You don't know if you want kun kun or you want toti because you don't stand nowhere. You don't stand for yourself. So you have to be wherever your little detachments that tell you to be, and it's all confused up in your mind. Anytime the first thing you do when you wake up is think about somebody not being able to survive. I hear the little girl when she pull up one day, she say, why she not out in the cold yet? She's supposed to be suffering. She's supposed to be this, and she talk hard and she talk hard, and she think nobody hear her. Well, I can tell you something this. I don't know the little girl, right? I don't know who introduced you to my energy or who try or whatever, right? But somebody done switch up she mind, and the same person who put me in she mind can't get me off their mind. So she don't understand she energy is not my energy. And if it's a man who put it in that energy, she go act gay because she's serving the desires of that man, and she don't understand it's not her energy. So right now she running around like a real lesbian right now. And the more she accept his ideation, the more confused she go be because it's not her ideas, and she let the man bind her to my situation. You don't understand what some of these men ever do. You never understand. The man sat there and he tell me, I said, why you come so close to me, minstrel? Why you always coming around so close? He said, I do it on purpose. You thinking it's because he don't want to get you pregnant? No, it's because he wants some of that. He wants some of your DNA. You tell yourself you're so special. No, the people nasty. And if they get a nasty woman, she understand what he doing. And she encourage him. Go. Go over there. Get your energy and bring it back because I have none. I have no battery again, yo. So you gotta get power from she. And as long as you think about she, you go be able to get it totally to me. Some of your men can't get activated unless you go and get the real one. The real one he's supposed to be with. But she don't want him because he'll touch you. And all you to get a nasty. This binding thing. You think it's a hug them and give you. You think you're holding you tight. Oh God. You listen to Egyptian? Egyptian. Go and watch Egyptian. Go and watch Egyptian and listen to him. I want to hold you. He binding your soul. He binding your soul with your love and your feelings. This is why when you just hear some of the words when I say in this song, you feel like, dang, I want to hold you. Yeah. The words is real. And it evoke a feeling in you. It evoke intimacy in you, and you're really believing it when it's really not you. You're listening to the idea, and then when you think of that certain guy who done already bind you by giving it thought to you, and you're not even understand that man is focused on another woman while laying with you. That's why sometimes we say, he's there, he's giving it to me, but it's like he's not there because he's not, baby. He's not there. You're just a tool. And some don't understand you're just a tool. This man can't look you in the face because you're just a portal for him. He just giving you magics. He giving you magic sticks. And you tell yourself, oh, I gonna make bigger noise. And he gonna see me. He gonna see me. No, sir. He might even listen to your noise and picture it be torture for somebody else, but baby, you're not there. You're just a portal, you're just an opening. And you have to understand when you're not important to that man, he can't look in your eye. You can't evoke the real stiffness, the real hardness. It's not you, you're not the source. And a lot of you don't understand that because you don't watch TV, you don't watch all these shows and you say, well, I'm doing the part right, and all you're just acting really. A lot of y'all just acting. Y'all ain't going through the real emotions, because the real emotions you can't record. It's nothing camera could catch. The real actions is already spiritual. You understand? This is how a man and a woman can lay together, and the man think he confused, but if he actually lay with the right woman, he gonna get up and he gonna be like, I'm not gay, because this woman I'm hit me, she make me heart open. And some men will run from that because they never understand what a heart open for. And then when you start to see backfire around, the woman around him start torture because he heart done open, because he finally get to the one who crack it open. And for a lot of men, they go violent because they never had a heart crack open, because they never been in a situation. They don't understand what the healing of the bloodline is happening. So they react violently to it. They feel as though you did something to them. No, you didn't do nothing to you. I open up your heart just a bit for you to see what love feel like. I don't like that, because you never feel that. And you get upset because your mother never evoked nothing like that in you. Your grandmother never evoked nothing like that in you. You never had a wife, you never had a girlfriend who evoked none of them feelings in you. So when you finally get it, you say, this is witchcraft. Me not like this. This is control. She did something to me. It's because somebody broke open your heart, and on top of that, they was pure. They never had bad intentions for you. They never mix up no food without you looking. You sit in the kitchen and I'ma do it right then and there, and I'ma serve you right then and there. And you tell yourself, it's something wrong with this one, because this one, she usually send me out of the room. She usually give me something that preserved. She usually do me something like that. And that is what you like. Because your mother do you like that. Because your granny do you like that. Because all of the wicked women who you've been with, who gave you everything except they not give you nothing, them is familiar to you. So when you finally come across a pure soul who don't come up with inventions, you say, oh, this one weak, I go run over she. But how am I weak when you're having nightmares, sir, of me surviving? How am I weak when you really want to reach out to me, but you don't, because you had to come up with some device? You want to leave something over my house. You want come by, knock on the door. You want offer me cut grass, but you don't really, you can't, because you already done tell the devil woman who done pulled thousands of dollars out there that she is the one, because she's the one feeling entitled. So it have to be she, because she does demand me things. But you don't understand the reason why this other woman does pull things out of you and she never say nothing is because you, even though you tell yourself you don't have one, you undoubtedly have a heart. You just don't like it, because you never know how to feed it. You just learned how to feed the flesh. You feed your eyes, you feed your hands, you feed your feet. But when it comes to the feeding of the heart, you don't understand why it pull on you so naturally and organically. See, you're so used to lip service. You're so used to quarrels that you tell yourself that have to happen first. Some men don't understand when they don't come into chaos. They like, why is she so peaceful? Is something wrong there? You ain't never think it's something wrong with those accept peace? You mean somebody have to bounce in your head and quarrel with you for you to relax? You mean you like poisoning and you like people to put thing in your rice and thing? I see one time on the thing, the man say, you don't love me because you ain't never tried to put no love spell on me. What the fuck wrong with you? You're weird. You don't like organic love. You don't like when a woman look at you and she pull at your heartstrings and she make you want come do thing for she. You never experienced that. And for the most part of you, if you ever get that, y'all try to dominate it, or you tell it you go do what you want to do with it. And it's not that way. It's supposed to be a natural ebb and flow of things. I even come across some men who have a natural inclination to do things for me, but they tell themselves because they do things for me, I have to do things with him. Now I could do things for you and you could do things for me, but I don't have to do things with you. And people understand that. Everybody you feel inclined to help, you don't have to be inclined to lay with. You can't lay with everybody because it's only one for one. And yeah, you could try here and there, but you shouldn't have to lay with everybody who will do things for you. So you understand that push and pull. Sometimes you're just there to be a helping person. That don't mean you just pull out. Y'all tell yourself, "Oh, well, I feel like I want to bring this woman so and so and so." And why that good? You're pulling down your pants and you're getting ready for what? It's going to come naturally. If it's going to come, it's going to get to you, and it's going to be natural. It's going to be opening you up. But all you tell yourself is cause and effect, give and take. All you want is this, that, and the third. You're always making devices out of things. Have it ever occurred to you if you could just do something for somebody, gotta do something for you? You wouldn't have to ask. It's just naturally going to be there for you. It happened to me all the time. The other day, I cutting grass. My first day, I learned how to cut grass. I going out and I'm working with my machine and I trying in my machine. I say, you know what? I ain't gonna give up because I see people do it all the time. So I pull up a YouTube and I watch it and I take my time and I doing it right. So I pull it on the machine and I try to get my machine to start, right? And somebody upon the road come. He come wrong and he see me. And he come and he offer me assistance. And I appreciate the assistance. And we both in tandem work on we are together, right? Because at that time, I'm sharing my land because I'm sharing my work. So I share water and we share work. That don't mean I have to lay down with that man. We came together and we achieved something together. Partnership don't always mean intimacy. And a lot of you don't understand that. You think because you did something for somebody, you have to give your body all the time. No, 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 no. It don't work like that. Sometimes if you give your body for stuff like that, you corrupt the whole situation. You can't keep corrupting the whole situation. Sometimes it's supposed to give and take. Sometimes men have to learn that you have to give sometime and you shouldn't have to receive no flesh for it. Because it was even work what we did. Now I could go forth. If I see somebody need assistance, I could stop and give time and give assistance and nobody owe me nothing. And it's the same way. If we get more of this going on, people will get more relaxed. People will get, their nervous system will calm down because they won't feel like they have to give things that they don't want to give anymore. And we have to stop putting this unnecessary pressure on people. Some people don't have it to give. Some people you don't want to give it to you. Now, what if I flip the situation and this guy come and work with me and I say, oh, we're coming because I want to pay you off with my body. And next thing you know, one of us end up with a life-threatening disease. When all he came to do was cut the grass. I done made something very simple, very godly, bad, all because I want to serve with my flesh when it was my hands who had to work, when it was he hands that had to work, when it was we mind who had to work. That was the price in which we came together. That was the currency. The currency was energy. It was never for me to lay down with this man. It was never for him to lay down with me. We both pass on each other blessings by staying on task. We both show example by staying on task. One stranger help another stranger, teach another stranger. He teach me how to fish that day. Now I could cut my grass and I could stay safe from the man who would stalk me and act like I asked him to do anything for me, because I never asked him to do one thing. After me ask him one time, I say, I will pay to cut my grass. He tell himself he was going to, I don't know, cut everybody grass and make me suffer. How you gonna make me suffer when it have other men here to cut grass? If I had to cut my grass with the scissors, that's what I would have had to do. But I would have never asked him twice for do nothing because you already went out of your way to tell me that you don't want to cut it. And then when I see you walk by with the wicked woman who does siphon other people's energy through the sexual interchanging around she, I know I don't want you cutting my grass because your energy already mess up. And by the time you start to walk around my house all erratically like you've been doing for the last, what, since last weekend, since the last few days, I already know she done put on something on you because I could feel you before you even hit my block. It's something jumping off you. It's something very dark jumping off you. Just like the woman that has come by with the man, she does make sure she wears these little teeny kindy shots when she just come by with the man and the dog. And I trying to understand why you're walking past here. What go on with you? And you only peeking, you only peeking, you only peeking. What the fuck you peeking for? I see you. I know body language. One year let your dog pay and poop on my lawn, and then I watch the neighbor up the street watch and see. I was about to cut the grass, and she said there and she sat there. She watched the shit in the yard. Eh? That's how wicked your fucking people is. She watched the shit in the yard, and she was looking to see if I was going to cut the grass where the shit was, so I could dice myself up. I watching the shit and I watching she. I watching the shit and I watching she. Part of me want to pick up the shit and go and take it to she since she watching it so fucking hard. I don't have no dog. Why you walking dog on my property? Hmm? Well, I tell you, I do one thing. We are rats around here. I just put rat poison in my yard, so God bless you. You see, when people do nasty things to you, you don't have to do nothing nasty to them. You just have to protect yourself. I never bring nothing to you. You all bring everything to me. And God bless you. So you look a nasty girl, bind it in she mind. That is why she be like, what you say? She can't understand. She confused sometimes. She don't forget. Yeah, it's because she bind it in her mind. Bind it in her mind. Whether she to she coven, whether she to she girlfriend, who they just get drunk and lick on each other at night, and them not tell you, I fell asleep at her house. Yeah, okay. All right, I just belch. Excuse me, lady. That is not a Lunchable. Get up from there. I noticed Taco Tuesday, but tacos is usually inedible things made by Spanish women and Spanish men, and it's a nice cuisine, and it have flour tortilla. It have nothing to do with that woman Toti. Class dismissed. Anyway, so let me get on with the things. So since we take an hour for that, right? We take an hour to make sure me talk my shit and you don't understand what things going on here. And remember, Anaheim is the city of angels, and and at the same time as the city of angels is a burn fire pepper, right? Anaheim is a burn fire pepper, a chili pepper, green in color. Pay attention to synchronicities of the situation. Yeah, the little girl burned down she friends. And you know what? The funny thing is, the dog is the survivor. How is it they always manage to save the damn dog? Stripsis. So, me get two songs for you this morning. 5 and 6. Yes, you're so good, you're so blessed. Me God give you two psalms this morning, right? Because we all know the bacchanal kick up this weekend. The men and them mad because me tell them, look, if you're not protect the babies, don't fuck the babies, all right? The baby's not here for all that. Let them survive. Let them hit puberty. Let them grow up into big women, all right? Let them make some sense of themselves before you start trying to stir up the pot, all right? Leave them alone. Leave the kids alone, right? Boom. All right, so let's get on with it. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God. for unto thee will I pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee and will look up. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. Oh gosh, let me say that again. Woo! Hold up. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Sepulchre. I'm not very familiar with that word. I like that word though, so I'm going to get with it. All right. Destroy thou them. O God, let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous with favor, wilt thou compass him as with a shield. Wilt. Wilton. Wilt. Okay, 6. It's a Jamaican guy. Most Jamaican guys just get them names like that. It's very seldom where you see a Trinidad guy like that. But he got Sheldon, but Wilted is a different one. It could be a GT man, Guyanese. It could also be a St. Thomas man too. We talking island water. It's something about the salt water. It's something about the salt water. Is that? All right. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, Haitian. That's what it is. My soul is also sore vexed, but thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver me thanks. I am weary with my groaning all the night. Make I my mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. Amen. Selah, so be it, so let it be, as above, so below. Yes. This is so, and so it is. This is why they walking around all night. They up and down the street all night with the zoomies and things. Them burning the gas all night long, riding up and down the road. Them are coming. I'm telling you, I seeing them coming, they're peeking, and them I see don't think I'm looking at them at me. And it's weird people, it's different people. They're coming into me in the market, they're coming into me from the park. They just coming just out of nowhere. You just looking at and they're looking straight dead at me, and they're like, It's like I'm an experiment now. They might want to come see what happening or what I look like or what done happened since whatever they did the last time or whatever. You understand? It's like they coming to see, they coming to bear witness for what they do. And when they come and they see, it's like not looking like what they want it to look like. It's like they're trying to figure out. One of them actually stopped and he started praying. He started go like this. He see me, he was watching me, and he turn around and I start to watch him, and I point and I look at them and I point to let them know I ain't watching you. So he start go like this. He thought, and he start touchy thing and start and kissy charm and all that crap and all that stuff. But why you there, sir? Hmm? You have some way to be. I'm sure you have some kids, somebody to go and take care of. Why you here, sir? Why you here to observe me? You should see the bus drivers, and most of them should lose their fucking job because them not on them this not on schedule no damn more. Why am I seeing two, three buses going one direction and no bus coming the next direction for hours at a time? Because you getting paid for wickedness. Half you're not doing your fucking job, you're doing some other damn job. Is the same when you go into the Diagon social services or you're going anywhere where you go social security, when you go to the lawyer thing, you start to understand that all of these people not there to do the job, they're doing some other job. It's like a job underneath a job, and they're not doing the job they're supposed to do. So the job is you, right? Right. I watched this combo go by me so many times. Why is an Acura? It's always an Acura. It don't matter. The person not even always a good driver. Most of the time, the car done jam up some damn way. Not unless they paying a lot of insurance. But whatever. A lot of is an Acura. Is an MTA Acura combination. It's always somebody driving a goddamn Acura. As soon as the bus come, is an Acura right behind it. Lately, no, it's the same. It's the same. Is the bus and the Acura combo. And if it's not the bus and the Acura combo, it's one of them little funny looking new cars will come to. And it's not built right. It's one of them 3-liter, 2-point liters, one of them in between cars. Like, what the hell y'all start to mess with engine like that for? It used to just be 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder. Now it had 3-point something and 2-point something. What happened with you? Just to have a car? You might as well run. Anyway, that was a sidebar conversation. I just let you know that it's just certain things when I see is a combination. When I tell you is I know you're operating wrong. You're operating out of some other type of book, right? A lot of you not doing the job where you're supposed to do. You're doing your own set of job, and you might do your job in betwixt. Especially them city workers. Them city workers always have an underlying assignment. They might never do what they're supposed to do. The trash man doing 5 things while he's supposed to be dumping trash. The water man doing 5 things when he's supposed to be checking water. The meter man checking other things when he's supposed to be checking other things. You see B&G, you see BG and Xfinity, they just hang out and park up anyway. And you tell yourself, what the hell are they doing? Because they're not doing work. They're not doing work, but they're not working for the company. They're working for something else, right? They're working for the other entity who pay them in between. Sometimes you sit in your kitchen and you wonder why the light is going up and down. It's because somebody from BG&E is messing with the amount of kilowatts and things coming through your house, because they're hoping that they're shorting out your fuse and things of that nature by giving you power surges or making you get under. Sometimes your power at 20%, sometimes your power at 90%. It's because they are manipulating things so your house break down so they can find themselves coming in your house so that they can wipe something or wipe you. So you had to find out why some things started in your house start to break. Sometimes it's spiritual, sometimes it's because they want access so that they can put the spiritual thing in you. So be mindful as to who you're letting in and keep your eyes open, because you never know what a person coming to do. Yeah, you might have called for a service, but you might end up getting a service you never asked for. They might be fixing things, but they might be unscrewing something else on the other side. It's because they have to sabotage you so they can make sure the people who they need to move and bounce around you could come. I remember when I started to see things with event. And I start to realize, I say, these people are about to do something when it comes to my breeding. So I change things up. So I say, yeah, okay, that. And sometimes you got to check the water supply, because sometimes people are poisoning you through your water supply. You think they don't have people that play any pipes underneath? Sheesh. You'll be a mad person that don't think that they could do that. The same people who could can up your soda, the same people who could reseal your tater chip bags can definitely call somebody working for BG&E, the light people, the cable people, anybody, the same people. You think who work for Geek Squad? Is human fucking beings work for Geek Squad? You think they know how to act your thing? What you think? How you think they just get in your car and drive off with your car? Eh? How you think? Because people are evolving all the times. Yeah, they have so many teeth and thing there. They have jammers. They have delay relay things. They might put magnets and things and open up your car door. You understand? So they have things for evil out here. So you have to understand how you have to balance this out. As a spiritual person, I don't have to do as much as other people, but please understand, I have to do things too. I have to look out for myself too. I have to do physical things to look out for myself too. I'm not gonna tell you because I don't want nobody counteracting it. But you understand, you have to put things in place. Everybody thing ain't the same. How you protect yourself ain't how I gonna protect myself. Just know I gonna be protected, eh? Everybody thing ain't the same. Everybody's situation ain't the same. I, as a woman who's supposed to be getting who women feel as though I should be taken advantage of because they don't like how the man totally stand up when they look at me. I don't want nothing to do with that. The men finally looking at a woman and they don't understand. That ain't not my responsibility. Those who are eyes see. Those who are ears hear. Some of you never look at me. They hear me. And the thing stand up so straight. It's not my fault. What you have in your voice, what you have in your spirit, the man don't hear nothing from you. Where's the emptiness coming from? You think man don't understand? Man gets signals a lot. They operate in a different way. So they have a different set of antennas. Men are very, very emotional beings. So you making a mistake to think the man is not emotional beings. He's got this thing on him, right? He antenna is outward. We antenna is inward, right? So it doesn't mean that he might get access just because he thinks stand up. It just means his antenna working. He picking up a signal. He said, woman, woman, and you get upset. It's not she fault. She pulling out a real pure fucking female signal. It's a rarity to meet up with a prototype. It's a rarity to really meet up with a real prototype of a woman. So when a man's 30, it don't mean it's dangerous to you because guess what? She can't take everybody 30. So for you get mad and get vexed, and you start to say yourself, you want to destroy this woman because she had a signal, you need to just adjust yourself and get your own signal. But you never tell yourself that. You say you have to destroy this woman. You have to. She's a hoe. The reason why she does make you stand up like that is because she's at this, she's at that. No. Not me. Some others will tell you they ain't did nothing. Some of the women who make your man sweat at night, they wouldn't give him nothing, and they ain't laying with nobody. Some of the tightest women you meet out here, them is celibate, and they make your man go crazy because your man picking up that pure signal from over there. You don't have no signal, baby, because you don't give out your signal to everybody. You're flagging everything in the dance. Flag. And you wonder why your signal are strong. Me, I could gyrate the whole fucking floor and bid the ass to do, and I never touch nobody. They could tell you in the dance, I does act funny as fuck. But the way I just throw waist, you would not be able to tell. You'd be like, damn, she look like a pro. I ain't giving you a damn thing. Your totty gonna be dry. But it's a signal. You can't give out the signal because you don't give out the signal to everybody. You like the airport thing. You just boop, boop. You're pinging all the time. They landing on your strip. Boom, one time. 2, 1. How many flights you are taking in? Me, I'm more like a private airport. a little stricter than the red line. You would never find where to land. Let me direct you. Some of y'all have your thing posted, your latitude and your longitude, and measurements posted, so it's nobody worry about what signal you put out because the signal always constant. Hey, if you get ants, don't know, don't worry. This is the time of year for ants, so don't worry. It all depends on the amount of ants where you get. You're supposed to get ants because it's a circle of life. I mean, you have some sweetness to get. When you get too many, you have to worry about your foundation, all right? So pay attention to the ebb and the flow of things. You can get rid of it. You can get mint, you can get peppermint, you can get a little boric acid. If you have kids and you have pet, you stay away from the boric acid. You might want to do peppermint and spearmint oil and things of that nature will get your ants away from you. But that was a little sidebar thing, right? So a lot of you understand you're not putting out no signal, you not have no good signal because you don't signal everything, you don't flag everything, you're on the road with the damn thing like that. All right. So you giving signal all the time. Me, I have a pure thing, and it's not my fault if the man have a proper antenna and he's alchemized and he's alkanized and he have all the proper things where he gonna pick it up. Even the worst man would have picked me up because in the essence of the thing is a man inside of there. He might have destroyed a vessel, but he don't understand. And for the wicked man, they might want to hurt me because they don't understand why my signal so pure. And them is the wicked one because when they get upset, they say, why your signal so pure? And they start to compare you with every woman will come around and they get upset because every woman will come around they could get access to. But they trying to figure out why they can't break you down, why they can't open you up like they open everybody up. It's because they don't understand that signal was not for them. Them already mess up the chance to get connect with that type of signal because them are broken down, them are broken vessel. So when they get upset with you, when you have a pure signal, you don't understand that man has been compromised. Everything about the man compromised, right? A lot of times when a man has been messed with, fondled with, his manhood has been tested or been dominated in some type of way, he's going to get upset with your signal because some of the signal he kind of absorbed. So now he putting out a female signal too. So he ain't gonna like your signal. You and his signal gonna cross up because now he confused. He don't understand why he putting out the same signal where you putting out. Because he got so much femininity in him and he don't like it and he start fight you. Now you want to put hands on you, want to fight you, want to beat you down, but he may never put up no hand to no man. He may never want to fight man. He don't go at a man like that. You see what I'm saying? He look for validation from man. So he don't understand why y'all signal crosses because he's more feminine than what you want to realize. And he's never acknowledging it. And some of y'all can't heal because you won't understand some of your signals got crossed and you don't heal enough. You don't vibrate out of that low vibration enough to where you regain your own male true signal. Some men, they must stay in a signal so much. Them can't be touched. And you have to understand that that signal is disrupted. And even though them think that them is vibrating high, them are not vibrating high enough. So they still compromise. And even though them could be good men, they keep getting crossed up in other people's signal. See, when you have a high signal man, and he keep signaling off on the weak ones, and they keep siphoning off on his signal. When he finally do meet the one true woman that he's supposed to be with, it's going to be hard for him to connect because he got all these frequencies he done cross with. And he can't do nothing unless he chop off all that communication. I mean, from the pinging, from the everything, from all of the essence. He have to actually wash himself clean. So you had to understand that part in these song, a lot of them songs, when they say you had to wash yourself clean, you have to rid yourself. You have to purge yourself of other people's energy. A lot of you men cannot go back to your pure signals because you did not purge off the energy. And a lot of you can't purge off the energy because you don't tell the truth. You don't tell where you've been. You don't tell yourself where you've been. You don't remember. You conveniently forget because to remember, it hurt you. Sometimes it hurt you. It hurt. You think it don't hurt women when we had to remember who we had sex with and we don't like them and they don't like us. You think it don't hurt when we realize that we've been somewhere where we shouldn't have been? We know that men feel just as bad about that as we do. Is when y'all regret, y'all tend to project out and y'all don't take it inside and realize, okay, well, the reason why I feel in so kind of way is because me cousin did this. Well, the reason why me don't feel that way is because me daddy did this. And the way I feel this is because you know what I'm saying, my teacher did this and somebody who was supposed to be my mentor, they lead me in the wrong way. So they try to forget and they project so much that every situation that they come by, they just always think about it from the outside in and never the inside out. So they never regain their signal back. And then by the time they done lend out the signal to everybody else because they're just trying to escape and they're just trying to have somebody else to blame and somebody else is an outlet. All your signal not strong is because you keep crossing frequency with everybody else. Remember, you have an external antenna. We have an internal antenna. When we just remove ourselves and retain ourselves, our signal gets stronger and stronger. So men will walk by us and they be like, damn, why is she something about she does make me stand up straight. Something about she does make me hold my shoulders back. Something about she make me want to pick up a thing of water and carry for she. It's because she's actually back to she natural signal. And it don't matter what she look like. Fat, small, tall, she could be lumpy, she could be rolly. But if she have the right essence, your man don't understand why she looking so, but when he look at he feeling voracious. It's because she have this signal. And you done flag and signal everybody, so now your signal weak. What I tell you about your Wi-Fi? You just let these men come with you, and you don't know he messing with this one, and that one, and he done connect you to his Wi-Fi. And you're wondering why you only got 1 and 2 bars, and she only got a half a bar, and this one got 3 bars. Is because she only got 3 bars because he just left. Let she stay gone for a couple of days. This will go have 3 bars, and then that will go have 2 bars, and then that will go have peace. It's because you let them syncing up your Wi-Fi. And I'm gonna know what them doing because all of we have moon cycle. All of we have frequencies. All of we have connection to the moon. And you just let them sync you up with all these women. You're wondering why all of y'all feeling some kind of way at the same time is beyond women's intuition. He done sunk up all y'all things together. So now he running around with all of y'all emotions on him, and then he drawing on y'all when he meet the next gal. And he thinking he's a player, but he wearing all of y'all energy when he going into the room. He got all y'all feelings. He got the things where you do in the kitchen. He got some of your talents to talk about. He got some of she house to describe things of that nature. And he going into the next woman, and the next woman not even realize he wearing like 3 different women essence as he talking to she. It's not even he talking to she. And that's how the signals get crossed up. And some of you women end up messing with other women because you definitely messing with other women as you mess with that man. At least 2 to 3 other women you crossing up with. And don't let it be one of them nasty men who just like to put the mouth places and would like to put the toity places and never wash it off. He really crossing you up. And this is why showers and maintenance and hygiene and condoms and protection and things of that nature, because some people were so wicked they want to tell you. I remember for my ex-husband, I used to tell him, I said, don't come for me, take a shower please, and let me hear you brush your teeth, because you couldn't trust where the man was coming from. And after a while, I should have realized, if I got to make this man do so and so and so and so, I should have never let him come back. But that is a lesson we me learn. In 2018, he started fight voraciously to get out of that marriage. Whatever he kept doing, he kept paying the little next one who got this little landscaper guy running around here. She's the reason why I had to wait for my fucking marriage to end. Because she kept playing with the papers. She kept helping him keep me because she was helping him draw on my energy, because he could have never meet none of the women where he meet if he would have never draw on my energy. He always had a picture of me ready for these women to look at, so they can pair themselves or tell themselves, oh, I gonna be better than him. I've been her. I gonna look better than her. I gonna cook better than her. Him not even telling you, you ain't gonna be able to do a damn thing with her because I couldn't do shit with her. And this is why I'm here looking at you, bragging on her, looking at you, and you jumping through stupid hoops. And he really want to be back with me, but I don't want to because he keep crossing frequency. I mean, I want to be connected to none of your crazy ass. And a lot of you, he done drive crazy, trying to give you my energy, but you're not happy. You can't absorb my power. My power pure. I don't go cheating. The few times when I step out on him, I say, I can't do this because it hurt more, because I didn't like that. What am I married for? That's why I start to destroy the marriage. Upon exception, I say, I accept the fact that this man is not mine. Especially when I kept finding him with other people, within other people's marriage. The man, like, he's our own wrecker. And it's not that the man have any piece of wood that would be impressive. It's because the man like to use his mouth. Because he turned you into an altar. You not understand. You think it's the praise situation, but that is the altar, stupid. And he bind you with his mouth. Whatever he doing down there, he twisting up your womb. And you like it because it's nasty and it's kinky, and you're telling yourself, why you think so many women are turn around and start look upon the next woman there? Because the signals cross. These are children of the night. In the night, you think nobody can see you where you do. But it's evident where your hands go in afterward and what activities where you want to take part in. So don't ever think just because the toti is no good. When that man start to work mouth on you, trust me, it's more powerful than any toti. A real powerful toti, it will get for everybody because he go look for signal. The one thing that could trick you is that mouth, because it not have to get hard. What's up? Why you just stay in my condensed milk and you paint your face with it? He love me so. And he like to hear me chat up. He like to hear me fuss sometimes. I think he get it from me father. He like to hear me fuss. What's up? What you need? And look, it's many kisses he want. He sweeting me up, yes? Mm-hmm. What you want, child? Blessed little thing. And he make me fuss at the same time, and I had to smile. I had to turn around and smile because I don't want to see him. He sweet me up all the time. I love that child. I do. All right, let's get into the tarot, because once he meet the kitchen, me that like to talk, chat up so much. Because he understand way more than what you say, right? And sometimes he just pull me out of reverie and he just give me things. Blessed, boy, blessed. So, the Taurus pulling out right away, right? So somebody grounded, somebody binded, right? So the wish fulfillment we're coming out is somebody binded, right? And the reason why it's coming out that way is a wish fulfillment is because it's a full backfire. somebody experience the full weight of the backfire, right? So the business, the institutes, is the way, is the thing, is the unknown enemy in your room, is experiencing extreme backfire. It's coming across, it's like all right, so it's not can really refute. So we got a five was the Hierophant, and we already know how things go. There's morals, there's values, that's how you see yourself in the world, that's institutions, that's entities, that is collectively a lot. I like it, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, 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 yes. It's the five. Oh, God. I like it. To make the mind obey you is a spiritual discipline. That's why I say it in the card. And that's a Taurus card. Maintaining tradition, developing spiritual discipline. All right. So this is what we just went over. What you want? You're back in the cabinet again. Look, Mr. Sir. Go. Things come around again. Hey, take your next thing too. Yeah, take your next thing because I know you're coming for it next. Discipline, right? You had to have discipline. You had to have things right. Okay, so in the reverse, it would have say trying to conform and overcoming ignorance. And this will happen, right? So as somebody did ascend and go toward a better way of life and enlightenment, sometimes this is not a couple. Sometimes this represents one person who has decided to be with himself, who decided to take care of themselves and nurture themselves in both ways. They decided to be not only their protector, but they have also decided to nurture themselves and invest in themselves. And sometimes that's what that mean when you got wish fulfillment. It don't mean that you get a person. That sometimes it just mean that you get to return back to yourself. You get your freedom. You get your independence. You don't have to get nobody to ask you no bunch of questions and tell you a bunch of lies. Sometimes you just get your peace back. That is wish of fulfillment. And then some people have to descend into the very ignorance in which they like to stand, all right? And that's why I say upside down, Araphant too, because trying to conform, overcoming ignorance. Sometimes is the ignorance what consume you. And sometimes you have to wake up so that you can understand you are indeed ignorant. So the backfire doesn't happen, and somebody really realizing that they bind themselves to some things where they don't understand and they're trying to understand it. However, they need to understand themselves. Why you make them bad choices? Why could you be lead astray? Why did you take the bribery? Why did you accept that position when you know it wasn't yours? Why did you try seduce that man? Why you try seduce that woman when you know that is not where you're supposed to be? Why you coveting? Why you looking at things that's not yours? Why you trying to take somebody thing? Why you trying to destroy somebody's life when your life is obviously not the greatest? You understand? Some people need to refocus. They need to change the position, all right? Because I'm not understanding them is in a losing position. Why they trying to put you in a losing position, them is in a losing position. So you're not shooting in the gym. You can't even get in the gym. Make it make sense. All right, so that is it. And we're starting off in Taurus. So that's a Taurus, there's a Pisces, and there is a Gemini. So, all right, so take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini, Pisces, and Taurus. We have a 5 and a 10, 15, and an 8. So let's put the 5 and the 8 together. The 5 and the 8 together is 13. So they turn into 23, which makes it 5, which makes this unexpected changes. So 5 is unexpected changes. When you are on the path of 5, you have to understand you are not in control of anything. Things are going to happen depending on your alignment and your synchronicities. And you're willing to listen to the messages, or if you are taking good counsel. Some of y'all just talk to the devil on your regular and you tell yourself it's God, but God will never tell you to create confusion in anybody else's life. So you need to get right with yourself. All right, there you go. So that was the Taurus reading. Gemini right now. Dang. I felt the card flip, but maybe it didn't flip. Let me look. Okay, it didn't flip, but I felt it. Take what resonates. Some of the words I'm going to say, it may not seem like it's connected to anything, but somebody surely on the other side of the screen understood exactly what I said when I said it. All right. Most of my words, if I say it out loud, that means it counts. It says something. It's a message for somebody somewhere. They're just going to hear it, but going to hear it different, especially if it's for them. It's going to stand out in what I said. Most of the things I'm going to say is not small. It's just I don't know the significance of it. Sometimes it's significant to more than just me. It's significant to somebody else and not me. Okay. So I just draw cards for Gemini soul, right? And as I take my hand away from the card, the Five of Pentacles come out. But a card drop and it dropped face down. But it says somebody else is out in the cold. The card dropping somebody out in the cold. So when something finish, when something drop, somebody gonna be out in the cold. That is the message. All right, so let me get Gemini thing. Let me finish because these cards that came out. The King of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Judgment, right? So now we have 28 right now. 28 is all I draw. I drop this for this. The fourth card when we drop is upside down. So I'm not going to count it in this, but I got to read in between, right? So leading in, we see somebody getting dropped into the cold. So something unexpected. Somebody's going to find himself out in the cold suddenly. All right? That will happen. Boom. I put the cards over there. So now I'm reading the Gemini reading because I guess all of this is important right now. King of Pentacles. So somebody is presenting this way. I can't read into the energy until I get into the cards. That's all I got to say right now. Excuse me, I belching. Most of the time when I belch is for confirmation or karma, but most of the time it's karma when belching for. So 8 is the karma card actually. And it's escapism with cups. So somebody gonna take some riches or some money or something, and they're gonna try to escape, or they're gonna try to feel like they're not in trouble with them that have nothing to do with it. So somebody is going to try to play dumb. They're gonna try to play innocent, and somebody's gonna act like they wasn't a part of anything. They weren't even there. All right. So somebody's going to play dumb like that. We're gonna look for that. But it's judgment anyway, so it don't matter where you go because you can't outrun God. You can't outrun spirit. So whatever happened, whatever escapism, whatever they think they're going to do, whatever they taking the backfire wherever they going. So I guess they go wait until they get comfortable, they unpack the clothes and everything and then judgment go ahead just like that. All right. And maybe that is the person that go find herself in the cold suddenly. We don't know, but that is what happened before we started reading, right? And this is the Gemini reading. So it's a King of Pentacles, right? King of Pentacles doesn't have to be a man, but it can be a woman. But the thing is, they're stubborn. Somebody's stubborn when it comes to this money, right? They may like to show off. They may flashy. They may like suit. They may like suit. They may like to look good, right? So is escapism. So somebody's going to try to look good. They're going to try to make it look real nice while they're going through judgment. Some people, they like to try to save face even though they're going through hell. So if you see somebody who getting up and they putting on the best, I mean the best of the best of the best of the best, know that inside they don't feel nothing like that. It's a cover up because they don't want people to know they're going through hell because they wish hell for somebody else. Now let's do the big reveal. So right now we got wish fulfillment. Somebody about to go through hell. This is the second card would tell me somebody going down while somebody going up. All right. So let's get to the mystery card in between twisting because it's leading me to Cancer. Let me repeat what I say. Let me get to the mystery card. We flip down because it's leading me to Cancer, right? Outer Gemini is leading me to Cancer. My card flip down. The card we flip down is the Three of Pentacles, eh? The card we flip down is the Three of Pentacles. That is this group activity. That is them people meeting up. All right, so is the meeting what happened that leading to the Cancer? So somebody is about to find out they must sick, they might have some sickness, they might have some illness. Somebody need to go into women's health and find out what's going on with the ovaries and the fibroids and things of that nature. Because somebody was doing some type of womb, some type of matriarch magic, wherever the hell they were. Them was witching something will come with women's health. So somebody needs to find out what's going on with their reproductive system. And if it's a man, you need to go and find out what's going on with your testicles because something wrong with it. All right, so This group we're having leading to Cancer. All right. And it's a Capricorn, it's a Three of Pentacles, it's a very feminine situation. So I mean somebody running their mouth, they gossiping. They always says put that on we women, but men gossip way have it, right? The barbershop. The barbershop is one of the biggest things. They must say most of the time in a salon, we ain't doing as much talking as these men doing in the damn barbershop. Trust me. Trust me. Do you know that there's a new law that say if the barbershop man hear anything will come when it comes for domestic violence, he have a lawful obligation to report any domestic violence or any suspicion of domestic violence to the police. So a lot of barbers, not only are they supposed, they're responsible for educating the other barbers inside, especially the head barber, especially the owner. He has a actual responsibility to report any abuse that he might suspect or hear of in the barber shop. So I don't know if you know that is an actual law. So if you is in the barber shop and you hearing these things go on and these plannings and all these things go on, you are liable, Mr. Barberman, Mr. Haircutter man. You are liable because you are somewhat of a therapist. As you are helping someone become beautiful or do their hygiene, certain things will come out around you that wouldn't come out around any other body because you are in an intimate setting. Somebody letting you touch their hair is intimate. Somebody letting you wash their hair is intimate. Somebody letting you groom them is intimate because you could cut them and you're dealing with their DNA very closely. So, in the same sense of you having that responsibility of their presence, you also have the responsibility of their wealth, of their wordness, of their health, right? This is why when you take your classes, you need to know about barbicide, you need to know about anesthetic, you need to know about cleanliness, right? So you do understand it's a spiritual thing when y'all going around and cutting hair and coming up on and dealing with your manscaping and things of that nature. So this here, this here will get a lot of y'all in trouble because y'all just sit there and y'all just gossiping. You think it's innocent because nobody hear, but God hear you. God hear what you're hearing, and He's trying to figure out why you're not reporting or why you're not responsible for the things where you're hearing. A lot of you don't understand that that is an actual law in that barber shop. Is a law that you have to report any domestic violence or suspicions of domestic violence. A lot of y'all are compliant with domestic violence. I don't understand because y'all is perpetrating it. So we want to tell on your homeboys. However, you become part of it whether you want to or not. You can say, I don't beat on my wife. I don't do. But because you are complicit and you're not reporting how you're supposed to report, even though the laws that tell you that you're supposed to report, you are now part of the situation. You understand? So when they come in and they head bloody and you don't see, well, he telling you that his woman done bust he head and you sitting there like, no, don't be no punk, and you're sending them right back out to the women, you don't feel the man too. So it's not this one way me telling you report. If you know a man getting beat up, a lot of you men don't want to tell nobody that a woman will go upside their head. And this how women get away with it. So you need to start do your damn job. One way or another, you have a job to do. You're not just here to make people look good. You're supposed to make people feel good from the inside out. And it's supposed to be protected by you because you're in a position to where they're weakest. When Samson cut his hair, he's weak. So when he's weak when he's there getting his hair cut. And you're supposed to help him build back his strength. And if you're not there to build back strength, what are you doing? Drawing on his weakness because he want to get his hair cut every 3 weeks, every 3 days and give you the money, but you want to take the money, but you don't want to help him stay healthy. And his mental is because you're feeding upon the man and his haircut. Yeah, I say a quiet part out loud all the time. Get used to it. If you hear, you're gonna hear it. It's gonna fall out. So you be careful. Yes, who you just let cut their hair because sometimes they know they might cut your weakness. You let somebody grow their hair long and then cut your hair constantly. You don't understand that. What's wrong with you? You're not no Samson. Okay, we done with that. All right, so we're gonna go into Cancer because this was the word leading into Cancer. Would tell us a lot of gossip. It's a lot of word. There's a lot of wordplay going on. It's somebody going from circle to circle, spreading rumors. This is the plan. Sometimes you think you're getting attacked because somebody is outright. Sometimes it's some man going around with gossip with your name in his mouth everywhere he go, and he's speaking violence upon you everywhere where he go. Violence isn't always him talking about he gonna beat you. Sometimes he's speaking violence into your life by making you look like a trollop, by making you look like you're a wayward person, by making people think that you're one way or another. That would make people approach you in the wrong way, which will perpetuate violence in the long run because some people refuse to see the truth when the truth is in front of them. They will tell somebody you's a hoe, and the person will come toward you thinking that they go get a chance to see if you's a hoe. And some of them will see that you're not a hoe, but they will tell themselves they're gonna turn you into a hoe because that's what the man told you that was you was. So he's in denial. He's not understanding that you was never what that man said you was, and not understanding that that man wanted you to be less than because he couldn't make you less than. So he went on and he got a bunch of strangers encouraged to think that they could come at you like that. And some of them don't take no for an answer. They will try to turn you into that very thing in which you're not. So yes, somebody will speak violence into your life by that way. Some of these men will see you, and then they will get attracted to you because somebody put them on you. And then next thing you know, you got a stalker because somebody turned their attention toward you. And you got a real nice pure spirit and a nice pure signal. And you're not understanding why this stalker really coming at you because now the person is wrong in the head and they tell itself that they're justified in coming after you because somebody else spoke ill will of you, but they will never understand that you was never standing in that energy. And the wicked people then will try to force you into a space where you don't fit. And then they understand, they find themselves all up in the crossfires because they're wicked, and they tell themselves they're going to do wickedness to you when wickedness was never supposed to come. Some of us are more protected than others. Some of us are able to protect ourselves. Some they will have one of their brothers, their uncles, somebody will come and bust you in your head because you refuse to listen to reason. But that is a backfire as well. That is a physical backfire. But a spiritual backfire is worse because sometimes you will find that God will open up your top since you want to be confused anyway. You got to just stir it up a little bit and close back the lid because you want to act crazy. Now you're crazy. Because you tell yourself you was going to force yourself into a situation that was a spiritual situation. So now you're topsy-turvy for real. And I understand now you connected to something that you never had no intentions because you listen to bad mind people will put bad mind things in your head and you accept it as so. But when you went toward that person and that person's spirit told you that danger, sometimes that little pause that you get when you approach the person who you think you're going to push thing on and they give you a little pause, you think is just a signal for you to just go and regroup and try do it another way. No, that was the danger signal. It was telling you, all right, that little bit of pause was giving you enough time to say, you know what, I should not go and do that because if I was really going to do that, it would have happened just so. And the reason why you get paused is because God giving you a chance to think. Because if you go there again, some go worse. It gonna get worse. You will get robbed. You gonna hurt your foot. Something gonna happen to you. Somebody gonna hit you. You gonna nearly get hit in traffic. All these little things gonna happen before you come in and just say, all right, well, you don't like your mind, so you don't have it. And next thing you know, you're not talented. Things not happening right in your life. Things where you used to be able to do easy, you can't do no more. It's because he need you to be busy doing something else besides coming for people. Return to sender, return to sender, give dark workers something to do. Return to sender, return to sender, the collective is tired of you. Return to sender, return to sender, give dark workers something to do. Return to sender, return to sender. The collective is tired of you. So sometimes God have to get you busy doing other things so you don't get into wicked things. And sometimes he hold you up so you can run into a wicked person. And then you might find yourself connected to a wicked person just like you. And that is your karma, and that is what you deserve. You deserve to be busy with somebody who's on the same vibration as you, because he ain't gonna let you keep coming at somebody who ain't doing you nothing. You just not. And that is a spiritual aspect of it. You better be happy when you lose things in the physical, because when you start lose things in the spiritual, some of them things you will never get back. Some things you cannot recover. Some of your God-given talents will fade away because you keep coming at somebody even though you didn't take the physical prompts to lead a person alone. So it have to go deeper for you. It have to go deeper. That's why I say I can't feel sorry for people no more, because I don't understand. I never know what they did to put themselves in a situation. So either you help people and you don't talk about it, or you do, or you help people and you still don't talk about it, because you never know what you're doing or why you did it. Right? God used anybody, and I mean anybody. Dang, straight off the top. All right, Cancer, you make your life hard off the top. All right, baby, baby, baby. What happened to y'all? All right. Ten of Wands with the Sagittarius. So somebody gone and fire. Somebody burn fire, fire burn. So we got Scorpio and then we got Virgo. Okay, the usual suspects. We got Scorpio. We got Scorpio, Sagittarius, and we got Virgo in this Cancer reading. Oh God. Oh God, me body and me soul, and me water. And if you think I tell a lie, bring your daughter. Oh God, me body and me soul. So somebody really out here dredging up a bacchanal, right? And this is why I read in this so much. So somebody been playing in salt water. Somebody been playing in a lot of esoteric island knowledge. There's a lot of island knowledge out here. That is why me out here in this accent, because usually me does read and so many other things. Me does read in regular voice, and me does go British and all that stuff. So when me doing this in a lot of them countries, I learn British English. So it's British is under British rule, where they might come under some of them under some of them islands. Yes, yes, of course. So then we have a 13 where they have a definite transformation. You see is the body dancing and the soul and it's like snatching away from each other. So somebody is definitely being separated. It's like, dang, you being drug apart, you being fragmented. Somebody can't be whole and they won't operate in the whole situation, so they fragmented. Somebody's torn apart. All right, so they might let money lead them into the situation. So somebody being very materialistic, very hard spent about these pentacles. Them everything them occurred. Them went every direction about learning about these pentacles, about mastering somebody else's pentacles. It's a hard situation. So somebody has become very fragmented, very distorted, very erratic over somebody pentacles. This has been a very hard journey, but them never give up. Them tell themselves they're gonna keep remaining. That's what I mean by the powerful and the red shoe there. The red shoe. You see how big and strong this man's supposed to be, yet look at how low. Look at the body language. It look horrible. Anybody carry anything like this, they asking for back problems. They're asking for long-term body problems. Why you carrying all this for so heavy? You're carrying it so far from your body. Look upon the shoes you have no support. The shoes, usually you're supposed to wear a boot. Them wear like a tennis shoe. So somebody really out here doing some hard work with some lightweight type of situation. Them have no armor. This isn't the proper thing where you carry things with. So somebody out here, all out of order, all out of law, all out of everything. They're fragmented. They're coming apart, all because they want to master somebody else's destiny, somebody else's pentacle, somebody else's thing. And it's the 8 right here. So it's the karma and the dharma from that. All right. So we have the 10 and the 13. What is it? 23 plus 8. 23 plus 8 make it 31, which is 4, which is the foundation. Somebody been doing this bull stuff too long. Them don't have no foundation because this is what they build upon. They build upon a bunch of nothingness. All right, that is what it is. What resonates is a Cancer reading, is the Sagittarius, the Scorpio, and is the Virgo. Them are built on a bunch of debauchery. They may never have a good foundation because they're always trying to build off of somebody else's thing. Yeah, male presence is where most of them I get they gossiping PhD. That is where the warlock situation start to arise, is because these men have nothing to do but hold on to the feelings. So inside them walls, they bouncing around them bad spirits back and forth. Even a good man will go into prison and come out a bad man. Why you see some men go in men and they come out Tiffany, they come out Brittany. You say try to figure out why you got a big strong man who go into jail and they come out and they wearing better lipstick than them a come out and them a have better makeup than you. Them men a come in, they go tell themselves they will never cook for you and your kids, and then they go into jail and they cook for all the men in there. Yet while he was free, he said he don't do no woman work. But he go in jail and now him a mopping the floor and he draws all day and singing and cooking, and he can't wait to heat up the grill and cook for his boyfriend. And when he get ready, he gonna make himself a weave and he gonna get called Darlene at night. For those who know, they know. They gonna get called Darlene at night and they gonna like it. Confirmation. All right, the moon is out here in the middle of everything. So let's go Leo. Let we go Leo. The moon is a Piscean, is energy, it's moon. The moon is this letting you know, giving you signals intuitively what go on, right? All right. And as a 18, so that turned into 9. So you need to pray, you need to manifest at night, you need to ask for protection, you need to ask for the truth, you need to ask for God to expose all your enemies at night. So when you sleep and when you wake up, sometimes they be revealed to you. You wake up, sometimes you open the door and the bird will sit right there with the answer right there, and you know exactly who did that. Right there you go. Oh gosh, me dropping cards. Leo, let me drop your soul. Did your company drop you? Hey, they drop your contract. Oh God. All right, death and transformation drop straight out for the Leo. You do. All right, let me see. All right, so we got 4 ones. We got death and transformation, and we have a page of 1. So you got the number out there. We get 17, where we get 8. Or we come back to the 8. Ooh, 8. You know, 8 is also, if you turn the 8 to the side, it's like an infinity symbol. It's like going through endless loops. Loop, 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 loop. They do a figure 8. When they get into the car rally, they just get a figure 8. Then you know the little girl, wait, what's she name? Ashlyn Rogers. She made 7, I think it was 7 takeovers, vehicle takeovers over there on the West Coast. And you should have seen she didn't look like she would have do anything like that, but she wicked, so she used she Instagram and everything, and people get shot up, and she break down people in traffic and all that type of thing, all because them having funds with the teen takeovers. I'm trying to tell you, these kids are already attached to some things we don't understand, and we have to get out of this situation. We have to pray over our kids. We have to wash. We have to do a lot of spiritual hygiene, because a lot of us never had hold of we kids. Something take hold of we kids as soon as they came out. As soon as nurse would touch them, we don't even know what kind of nurse that was. We don't know what education that nurse had. We don't know what intentions that nurse had. We don't know what was going on in that room when we put that baby out. Sometimes it's the hospital where we was in. Sometimes we don't know. Some of these hospitals have so many unspoken deaths going on in them rooms and it's not reported. We have to be very, very careful. I know a lot of you tell yourself you're going to go and get a doula and all this other kind of stuff. Do what you have to do, because a lot of these kids, you would think they would have been yours. Sometimes you're just a vessel. You're just a vessel for them to come here. And you can't get hurt. You can't get hurt yourself trying to hold on to something that probably was never yours in the first place. Know that your child is something that the Lord allow you to have and borrow. You do what you can for that child. As a parent, you do what you can for that child. But understand, under no circumstances is that a permanent contract. That child is the Lord's. So whatever happened with the Lord, you don't take it personal. You do your part and you move out of the way, all right? Some of our children was never ours and was never meant to be ours. Some of our children was meant to be our lessons, all right? So don't get hurt. Don't get up in your feelings when you feel like you did all you could do for your child and your child still turned demonic. That was a lesson for you also to know that all blood is not thicker than water. And sometimes water is more life than blood could ever be. Okay, understand the fluid and the exchange of these things. Sometimes we out here having children and children is never to become under our possession. Our children was for the other side. That was just your contract. You just had to get that baby here. All right. We never know the soul's agreement. We never know the soul's contract. So before you get up on your feelings, understand this. Do the best you can because that's all you can do. All right. Forgive yourself. It's all right. Okay, baby. It's all right. Things ain't gonna go the way you always understand. Sometimes you do the best you can, and you can only do that. All right, so rest yourself. Don't lose no sleep. I'm not. All right, so with that being said, we had a death in transformation, we had the 401s, and we had a fresh idea. So, like I say, somebody is definitely changing unto themselves as a Leo. They understand on their foundation now and they're taking a fresh perspective. And for the low life that's out there, which include we know the out there, somebody is understanding that they is the ones that basically bring all the ends to everybody's cycle. Them is the one that bring all of the nonsense and the bacchanal and the confusion to the place, and they're trying to understand why is their foundation like that. Some people can only can only function in chaos. And the reason why is because this is what they've been brought into, this is what they've been taught. This is the contract that they accepted as soon as birth came. So they are chaos agents and they don't understand why they can build things, but they can never retain things. Their life is under constant fire. This is the contract that they've signed up to. Unless they are going to relearn things, excuse me, this is why we say some people have to do a rebirth. Some people have to die unto themselves because they don't understand. They've been functioning in pure chaos from the top of their life. Some, before you even were born, before you even got conceived, you already accepted a contract to just come in and do all kinds of bull crap. So understand, everybody get used one way or another. You trying to figure out why from birth this child just seemed to be bad as shit. Well, that's the contract. You had to look at the parents. You had to look at the bloodline, their generation. A lot of times when I see some last names, when I see on the news announcement, you be like, damn, it's the whole bloodline like that. The whole bloodline. When I looking at Diggs, when I looking at the last name Diggs, when I looking at the last name Smith, when I look at certain last names, I like, damn, it's in the whole bloodline. It's really a curse. You gotta understand to the last name. And unless you're going to do the work it takes to cleanse your bloodline and your generational, I didn't know it was so many generational curses I had to break. And the problem is when you have so many generational curses, you gotta understand it's your family that is in fact the cesspool. And sometimes if your family realize that you is trying to clean up things, it's going to look like you trying to be better than them. It's going to look like you don't want to be them. And sometimes they will fight you tooth and nail because they want you to become part of that. Because if you don't become part of that, it's going to assume they're going to feel like you think you better than them. When in fact, it's not you think you better than them, you are operating way better than them. And it is the truth, and they can't accept it. So they have to beat you down tooth and nail because they need you to submit to the contract where they submit to, or else they're gonna look like, they're gonna look like exactly what they look like, and you're gonna look like you're better than them. And they're gonna have to realize that in some cases, it's not that you meant to do it, it's just that you were meant to be better than them and bring them out of that situation. Sometimes God will say, I tired of that bloodline being dirty. I tired of that bloodline being filthy. And he will bring about somebody who will change the bloodline. No, it doesn't mean you need to be with those people because now you nice and clean and you need to go back, because I never see white paint return back to white paint after having some black paint in it. So what I gotta tell you is, if you should ever get yourself clean and you cleanse yourself from your generational curses, it's not for you to go back to your family. It's for you to leave them be, because your DNA does not resonate with them. And for you to go back is me to go to drag you back. I see it happen in real life. See my cousin get married and he separated himself and he started to get clean. And the last part of it was me forgiving him. When I forgive my cousin was supposed to be clean. He was on his way to be clean. But the problem was he kept coming back into the fold of the family. And the family was like, no, we can't let you be above us and out of it. Because next thing, that one who really supposed to be out of it, she gonna really be out of it and she gonna take you with her. And they couldn't let it happen because it would have been evidence that they've been less than for a very long time, especially the one who was supposed to really be the one who led us out of the thing. She didn't take that contract. She told it because she said screw that contract now I have no money with it, not realizing it. Not only did the contract have money with it, the contract had blessings, the contract had elevation in it, and now didn't want to operate that way because some people like to operate more in the flesh than in the spirit. She was not willing to sacrifice riches for a time to gain more. She wanted to keep going with the riches that she had already gotten used to. So in way she did destroy the contract in which she had, because she never let the family elevate. So when I came about to elevate the family, it was say no, don't let her, because I didn't do it. And I want to keep getting the fleshly desires met. And if I allow her to do it, I'm going to have to let go of the flesh and the carnal. See, sometimes the older ones know better. And when they see the young one come up and know better than them, they can't let it be, because it would destroy the reputation. It would destroy the title in which they stole. Because if you're really operating in the way that you were supposed to be operating, somebody younger than you coming up and trying to show you better would never be a threat to you. It would be medicine for your soul. It would be refreshment to be led out of Babylon. But some of you like Babylon because you have a house there, you have a little chandelier where you like, and you never want to leave that chandelier. And that is you feeding your fleshly desires. You don't want to release the carnal desires in which you get the unnatural things and where you start to take part in, because you like the salaciousness, you like being the life of the party, as long as you could go and jam up with your friends and grind up with your friends and them knowing you're doing devil's work. Right? Okay. So sometimes you have to understand, some of the elders them where you have don't ever want to see you, don't ever want to see you elevate, because that means that they have been operating out of order, and they be damned if they let your young self come and outdo them. So some of them get so wicked they will try to take you off this earth, because how dare you overstep what I understand. You get me? All right. So this is the Leo thing situation. Somebody is dying unto themselves. They might have to die and rebirth. And some of them will just die off. Because sometimes God say he tired of your rant, he tired of your rave, and he tired of your reign on the situation. And you have to go. You have to move, because you're not letting anything grow. You're stagnating everything. You're trying to choke out all the life women give you in your family. So we have to take you away so life can proceed. Because your family was never meant to stay in a lowly space. Your family was meant to elevate. And sometimes you had a one family member that stand in your way. It is the Pharisee spirit. It is somebody who would not let the people go. And you know what he had to do to Pharisees in order for Moses to be able to move forward. He had to smite everybody over there in order for his people to return back to the greatness. And sometimes that's happening. You have a spiritual warfare going just so in your family. All right. Sometimes it don't look like what the movie say it look like. Sometimes the Red Sea does be a period. All right. So make sure you cut through some of the binds of the matriarch and your family. It look like people making a bunch of wicked decisions because they have a womb, and sometimes you have to cut through all of the womb bullshit so it can restore your family. You know, he tired of have all these wicked babies born into the family who just coming to do more wickedness. Sometimes he wants you to have babies who could come out and they go do the right thing from the start and continue to do the right thing. After a while, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years of a bunch of wicked babies, God don't want to keep seeing wicked babies out of your family. So you got to smite somebody and make sure it's keep some good people start to come out of the womb. Like I said, the Red Sea might be the womb in this family, because if everybody keep on coming up with these badass babies, he don't want to see them no more, because babies ain't even supposed to be born bad. I had to break that down real nice, because some people like to play idiot all the damn life. They like to play like they know every damn thing, but they playing idiot at the same time. What the hell is wrong with you? Mm-hmm. All right. So let me get out of this energy. That is a Scorpio and an Aries energy. So somebody trying to be a leader and trying to be a passionate leader, but they're leading people in the wrong damn way. And sometimes you gotta let my people go. Let my ovaries go. Let my future babies go. Let my new family members them go. Let them go. Why you want everybody born into oppression so you could cash a check on them? You're wrong. You're wrong. Making kids so you could just make money off of them, and you never want them to grow. You never want to raise them in the right ways of life. You never want to show them to Jesus. You never want to bring them to Christ. You never want to show them that they can live a better way. You never want to show them that they don't have to put their hands in bad things in order to get good things, because you could build your bank account off of the bad things or what they do. That is why you want to keep them in there. Anyway, like do Virgo comes straight back out in the death, and then the Queen of Swords, and then the Empress. And at a turn that are 16, and a 16 is a tower. So it's a tower moment. So as the Empress take place, is a death and transformation. It's a cutoff. The Empress have to cut you off in the order to restore the bloodline. The bloodline is restored. Remember, when you heal yourself, don't go back. When you cleanse your bloodline, when you get rid of the generational curse, don't go back. I don't care what they say to you. I don't care if they're sending somebody to give you love, say they miss you, this, that, and the third. I don't care about the nostalgia. I don't care about the memory. I don't care. When you're fixing, you cleanse your bloodline, don't go back. Because that what happened to Kenny. Kenny was abundant. He was cleansing himself. He was purging himself. And you take him away because he was too close. Don't go back. When he went back, they take him away from this world. I'm telling you, don't go back. When you cleanse your line, when you find yourself in Dharma, when you break all the generational curses, you're meant to say, don't go back. Remember what happened to Lot's wife. She turned into a pillar of salt because she looked back. Once you perform your exodus, once you get out of the animal, when you release yourself from the beast, when you pull yourself out of the lion's mouth, don't go back. I don't care what they have. I don't care what family reunion. I don't care what funeral. I don't care what party. I don't care what hospital visit. I don't care what natural desire. I don't care. Don't go back because you are now released. You're releasing to your abundance. You had to sacrifice for a while in order to get where you need to get because God needed you to go to the wilderness sometime so that you could wash yourself of the iniquities and where you was submerged in. So when you find yourself clean, don't go back. I'm telling you because I watched it happen. I say, well, if he life's so good and everything's so good, why keep giving money to these situations? Why keep giving to these people? Why keep hanging with them? And they kept him away from me because he would have eventually stopped giving to them. He would have left them alone. Even if he wouldn't have given to me, he would have understood in a certain way to where, you know what I'm saying? He would have not gone, kept coming back, but he kept coming back. He kept connection with the same things that put him in the same situation. As he elevated, he was supposed to disconnect. He elevated and they kept. Every time he would get a little breath, he would come back and they would squeeze. You know how the python do. They let you exhale and then they squeeze. And every time you exhale, it squeeze. And it squeezed until it took him. And he's my example of not coming back. I see what happened. That man went up and y'all took him down. Don't come back. Once you cleanse yourself, you purge yourself, you make your exodus, don't come back, lest you be like Lot's wife. All right, so that is the Virgo thing of the situation, and it's a death and transformation. The Queen of Swords. Make sure you're unbiased, you're nurturing, you're everything, but you're not stupid. You go, hey, come here, look at that, bye. Come here, look at that. Off with your head. Don't come back, Nama. Okay, step into your abundance. Sometimes you have to protect your abundance with the sword. The sword is a very spiritual thing because it takes some type of mastery to forge a sword. You have to go to the fire. You have to go to the water. You have to go to the stoning. You have to go to the banging. You have to go to the sharpening. And in what you can't use wood to sharpen. You have to sharpen iron. You have to use mineral. You have to use a stone. It have a lot of good spiritual practice to go into forging a sword. All right. It's a skill, it's a spiritual thing. So when you take your sword and you cut off everything, you cut off the daggone head of the snake, remember, it's your abundance you're protecting because this had to go on. You had to be able to nurture yourself, right? And the tree is seeking Jesus. The tree is the creator, yes? Is the Holy Trinity. The tree is the creator. Because when you sit with the creator, you understand. You have to rebirth. You have to dead and rebirth. Then you have to cleanse yourself. You have to cut off. You have to use pure steel. You have to use steel in the water and the what is the water and the fire. Forge the frame. Forge the daggone image. Forge it, right? And you have to sharpen yourself. You have to make sure everything right. And then you will get to your abundance. So you have to go through your own wilderness. You have to go through your own mastery in order to get to this abundance. And when you get to the abundance, don't go back. Don't go back. And that was your Virgo reading. Your Virgo reading. Sometimes you have to be very surgical with yourself. You have to find out all the things in yourself that you don't want no more. All the things that no longer serve your purpose. And you have to be willing to sacrifice and cut it out. Cut it out so you could get here. Some of y'all can't get through no sacrifice. You can't get through leaving things behind because you're going to always long for them. Sometimes you got to take that longing and wrap it up and throw it away. You remember that part in Black Panther when she had to take them clothes, the white clothes, and go and burn them and let it go. She had to let it go. She had to cut it off. She can't keep living in the back when she wants to go forward. And a lot of you can't cut cords with the back because you can't cut cord with the back and you're sitting there confused as to why you can't go forward. It's because you keep living in the past. The past wasn't there for you. The past hurt you. He kept going back to people who sat there and actually gained from his losses. You keep going back and nurturing people who were nurturing demons off you, who allow you to be wayward in the world and use that to build up on themselves. You want to keep coming around somebody who emotionally blackmailing you, is something wrong. And that's why he shouldn't have kept returning, because none of them people help him with counted. And the minute he stopped helping them, they took him out. Why is Winston still alive and he siblings gone? Why is his mother gone and Winston still alive? Because they liked the wickedness. They didn't protect none of the innocence. Let me go over to Libra. I know things get serious just now, right? Things get real serious just now. I didn't come here to play with your feelings and make you feel good, because you got Kojic preacher for that. Yeah, the panty man in the altar sitting there getting you all riled up for that. You have that. You don't need me to do it. I am not going to co-sign with your Kojic pastor that's telling you to make you feel good every day. Make you feel good when you go and put on your girdle and your thing and your eyelash and them, and you go and you paint up your face and you go and dance in front of a man who want to paint up his face and wear your drawers too. No, no, no. I'm not going to make you feel comfortable with that. And Mr. Red Tights, you ever tell the truth that it wasn't your mother who put you in them tights? It was your mother who caught you in her tights. Did you tell anybody that when you're sitting there lying and say your mother make fun of you and you all mess up in your life because your mother make fun of you and put you in tights? Sir, you're gonna tell the truth? She caught you in those tights and you feel some type of way because you really feel natural in them tights. Mm-hmm. And you've been lying on your mother all the time, but your mother is more man than you. Jesus Christ. That's why you don't like she, because she more man than you and your father. She just punk both of you. Mm-hmm. And that is why you don't like women so. You don't like strong women because they remind you of your mother and them red ties where you try to thief. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you're mad because the woman left you with the child because you's a bitch. That is why she left you with the child, because she could. What you was going to do? Put on the fucking red tights? Anyway, that was just a side note. Mr. Red Tight, he red tight. He know he like them red tights. 8 1s, 5 1s, temperance. Here we go. 8 1s are communication. So many types of communication, lines of communication, codes, them type of things. Somebody keep a lot going on. Them is the fight. Somebody need to have temperance. All right, so while all the communication and the bacchanal is going on, know that I told you it was a cross dresser. Look at Mr. Red Tights here. Mr. Red Tights, that is not a woman, baby. That is a man, baby. Mr. Red Tights, I like your red dress, baby. All right, so we had the 5 and the 8. Is the 13 coming out again? And then temperance. Is it definitely transformational? God, oh God. The fighting starting, ain't dying down no time soon. But you need to have temperance while things going on, because them try to rage bait you. Them fighting on each other, so they want you to join in on the fight. What you fighting for? Where you sitting down and you understand everything for what it is, right? You don't need to fight. You don't need to throw no punch and no nothing, because them are throw all the punch. All you need to do is get your popcorn, because all the backfire goes show. Jesus Christ. All you have to do is scroll. Change clothes and scroll. You might even pause, because I'm trying to tell you, this all the communication is starting up a fight, especially the ones who are watching this. They calling each other and they like, oh, why is she saying so, and why is she doing so, and why this so true, and why this checkup. I thought you said the thing was a lie. I thought you said the thing was a damn totty. I thought, and that is why I had to have temperance and I had to mind my business, because y'all is my funky business. And it's all right. Leave me alone. You see me? Leave me alone. Hey, mind your funky business. Mind your funky business. Just leave me alone. You see me? Leave me alone. Hey, When you see me liming, don't ask me nothing. The whole celebration start. You want to hear my whole life story? Where your mother at? Where you been? Where you eat for dinner? Chicken box. I hear your sister breed. Be a married man. How you know that man? Mind your funky business. Mind your funky business. Just leave me alone. All I do is be at home, mate. So don't worry. Hold on to your hat. Make sure you bring something for snack on so you don't put your mouth and thing where you know how to they explain, all right? Because them are gonna sit there and cause all sorts of problem with the communication because them know they must spread story, they must spread lie, they must make people make investment based on a bunch of damn lie. And now you get to sit there and laugh at the ass because they never should have went in together with this bull crap. So have fun collective as the people then work themselves and worry themselves to death because they believe a bunch of damn lies. And that's why you should never go back to a bunch of people who live in a den of lies because it turned into a den of thieves and then it turned into a den of murderers, all right? Because they murder, they don't have to murder. Can't do what physically mouth. Some people will try to tear up your reputation because they have no other way to do it because you're not doing it. So they need to tear your reputation up before you come in the room and speak a word. So when people come, so when you come, people speaking only ignorance to you, or treating you ignorance. But what they can never take away is your truth. So as long as you stand in your truth and you stay away from these people, let them quarrel with themselves. Because these people gonna come and they're gonna bounce. Some people gonna get bounced because of that. Some people don't like when people lie to them. Some people are even liars and they still don't like when other people lie to them. Because we'll tell you you're going to operate like me. You can't operate like me. Right. So, like I say, let them tear each other apart and you keep your temperance because they're going to try to draw you in to make you explain and make you do this and make you do that. You don't do nothing. You get your popcorn and your water and you mind your business and you stay refreshed because these people, they're going to bounce up anyway. They're going to bounce up because of them. They're going to bounce up because they can't bring you into it situation, all right? And I'm going to want to talk about you because that's all they have to do. They ain't got nothing else to do. They got to talk about you. And when you choose not to entertain, all of the stuff what they gonna say go bounce back on them because it's not the truth, especially if it's not the truth. So don't worry what people talk about. But laugh though. Laugh though. Don't be upset. People gonna do what they gonna do. They gonna talk whether you have something to do with it or not. Whether you did it or not, people go try to put you in things because them are wicked, right? Right. So don't let nobody assassinate your character and you sit down and you go there and you sit down with a knife. All right. So that was that for the Libra situation. I put it all together. I put it all together, right? Right, I did. Oh, here it is. Damn, that was quick. That went away like that. So it was the 8 of Wands and the 5, 13 plus 14. That turned into the 27, which turned into a 9, which means you need to pray. Pray and stay away from that situation because they praying on each other. See how that works? Pray and pray. Death and transformation to the 14, that turned into go on and pray because that turned into a 9. You prayed and you stayed away from it and you used the word of God to just to exit stage left and make your exodus. And that's all you got to do sometimes. You can't control what other people going to say about you. What you can do is control how you are and how you react. Some people, they hear people say stuff about them and they say, well, they say I do it anyway, so I'm going to go do it. Why would you do that? Why would you go into the very trap that they set for you? Well, they say I get high anyway, so I'm going to do it. What makes sense of that? Why would you bring your words to life when they spoke death into you? Why would you do that? Be careful. Don't let people do that. And another thing where I see when I pick up the Emma Hines story is something about Tony Hawk and they put Space Jam on the shelf. Tony Hawk is a skateboarder. When they first started the series of Space Jam, it was about basketball, right? It was about a team and basketball. Tony Hawk is one guy on a skateboard. Who they destiny swapping with for that? Anyway, That was a nice movie, but they did take the souls of the basketball players and put them into aliens so that the aliens can win the sports competition. Take it as it goes. Sometimes I just pull up entertainment so that it can basically show you tangible ways in which you could look at it in a spiritual way. So if you ever watch Space Jam, watch it. Pay attention. Watch it with your spiritual eyes and your entertainment eyes. You could laugh, but pay attention. Them attack the souls of some of the most talented NBA players and put them souls into the aliens them. And when did they do it? They did it at night. And how did they do it? By electric shock. Some kind of invention, some type of ritual. They did it by electric shock. I'm telling you, it's a Michael Jordan movie with the cartoons, with the Looney Tunes. It's called Space Jam. Watch it. Tony Hawk and was supposed to do the sequel, and they put it on the shelf. So they put it up. They didn't they put the idea up. They didn't take the idea. So take that how it goes, take the information how it flows. Like I say, it's usually not I have a reason for why I say everything. It's just everybody not going to get the same signal from what I say. But what I said has somebody don't like this relevance. They don't like that I can actually associate that movie with exactly what the destiny swap is. That's why they say protect yourself at night. This is why you have to say your prayers in the morning and in the night, because the freaks come out at night. This is when the children of the night usually like to operate, because they operate by the moon, because the sun is too pure. You could see everything under the sun, and it's a very good chance to get caught under the sun. So it's the moon they like to operate to it. Go and watch the movie, test the spirit. All right, so Scorpio, what we going on now? So we have a Six of Swords, and somebody want to go into calmer waters. They might feel like this too much. Some of y'all too old to be keeping up back and I like this. You need to go and sit down and go and dust off your corns or something. What's wrong with you? All right. 610 6 66 10. Jesus Christ. 610 6 610 6. We could put a 12 with a 10, and that's still going to turn us into 22. So it's definitely foundational thing where we going on here. Ancestors, foundational protection, things of that nature. 6 of the swords, yes? Excuse me, wanting to move into calmer waters. Somebody want to hide their face and go. The wheel of fortune not going good for everybody as it turns. Especially when it comes punny lovers them, because a lot of people have the wrong interpretation when it comes for love. They like to keep pushing it all out, but they never retain any love for themselves. So a lot of people got the wrong picture of love. A lot of you are in loveless relationships, but you're in relationships where you think you get things, but you're not getting love. You might get a little puss, you might get a little totty, you might get a little feeling here and there. But when you're not getting in love, you don't feel love in your relationship. A lot of you are sitting there in the relationship, you're in a house full of people and you feel empty. You still feel alone. And that is because you lost the real concept of love. You stop loving yourself and you start loving everything else, and you realize that you put all your energy out and you never get no energy back. So when you see other people getting reciprocation, you tell yourself you gotta come in between that, and you start end up mess up any kind of love you would have got if you would have had it. This is a Scorpio reading with the Aquarius. We are Jupiter energy, so it's definitely a retrograde coming back around. Some old issues are coming back around. You see this? Spiraling, right? Some old issues start to come back around. You see, when you never get off the cycle and when you never clears yourself of certain things, some things have to keep coming back around because you're never learning. The opportunity to learn keep coming around, but you keep pushing it away because you tell yourself you done master this level, so you want to stay at this level, but God never meant you to stay down there, and you always want to stay down the steps where you never want to come out of the basement. You never want to be on the main level of anything. because you feel like the main level will put you in the sun. You like to be in the moon. You like to either be in the basement or you like to be upstairs. You never like to be on the main level or anything, because the main level will put you right where you need to be, and you don't want to be centered. You like extremities. You either like to feel high or you like to feel low, but you never like to feel balanced, because balance is something you can't control. May I suggest core exercise? So with the Six of Swords, someone wants to move on to calmer waters, but some issues, some reoccurring issues keep coming around that is keeping them stagnant, and it's blocking you from the real love that you're supposed to get. And really, real love start from when you start love yourself. When you start love yourself, you'll start understanding how other people's love apply to you or don't apply to you. Some people love the way they love themselves, have nothing to do with you, and you have to push them away. But some people, they see other people love themselves and they say they have to infiltrate that. But if it's not meant for you to be there, sir, miss, ma'am, or honey, why you keep knocking on the door if nobody let you in? Hmm? All right. So, like I said, we got a 6 and a 10, which is 16, which is a tower moment. Somebody falling in love or out of love, or somebody's just trying to realize what's going on because they fallen before love all the time. Somebody is a hopeless romantic, but they don't know love. And that's a sad situation to be in, to always want to be in love, but never quite making it. But the reason why you're so like that is because your desperation jumps off you before you even get the way you're going, because you give out the wrong signals. So somebody thinks that they are promoting love, but they're not promoting love at all. It's because they keep doing the same things over and over again, and they're expecting a different results, but it's not going to come out different, because you need to do something different in order to get different results. Either way, they still want to move on to calmer waters. However, it's really up to them to make the sacrifice and to change the way they see things in order for real love, because maybe they're getting the picture of love. They know what it looks like. They know what they want, but they haven't actually put their hands on it actually. So this is the foundation. Somebody knows that they have to break down the foundation that they set with the world. They set a certain standard in the world, and this is what's keeping them away from truly getting love. However they see the world. So someone needs to change their worldview before they actually step into love. I can actually resonate with this just a little bit, because while I love myself, I still don't trust y'all, because y'all got a distorted way of showing love. The way you think you're supposed to show love is not the way you show love. And being as though I'm on this end by myself, I know that I have to really take time in calmer waters before I even do the love thing. So somebody else is definitely going through the same things, but they're going through it more intensely because they keep doing it over and over again. Take what resonates. I see Aquarius and I see Gemini. So it's an Aquarius. Mercury is leading. So it's two retrogrades going on. The retrograde that's approaching, which is the Mercury retrograde, and the retrograde that is Jupiter. Who's this standing outside my door? One of your little crazy agents walking by my door right away. That's confirmation, right? That's confirmation. So love have to happen, and love is trying to attempt to come in, but you have to understand they have still have these dark elements still trying to come in and bind itself into a situation in which they don't. Somebody's trying to ride somebody's coattails and trying to get somebody's energy, and they're not going to get it. But the thing is, when you elevate yourself to the frequency of love, it's very hard to bind into unless you actually really have love. And a lot of you don't have love, you have the idea of love. You love yourself, you love money, you love the flesh, you love your contracts, you love the things that you do, but you don't really have love because you don't love yourself enough to stay out of the darkness. Okay? So take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius, and Gemini. This is a Scorpio, which means this is a passionate need. This is something that needs to be really someone needs to go within so that they can get everything that they need to get out of it. All right. So That's what it is. That's what it is. Try some affirmations, some meditation, try some grounding techniques. There's a lot of self-love that has to happen before you're going to be able to connect with someone else outside of yourself. So do the best you can. Take notes, write down what you can, and remember, a lot of your abundance is going to come from your sake energy, your creativity. And once you love what you do, and once somebody gets to see the way you love yourself from the inside out, and you love what you do, and you love what you mean, and you love what you say, and you mean what you say, you'll bring in a frequency where you won't even be able to escape love. Love will surround you at any given moment. It looks like birds coming to talk to you. It looks like animals just having to stop and look. It looks like people just wanting to say hi and people giving you compliments, not really understanding why they felt the need to say something nice to you in the first place. It also makes you want to smile at people. You know what I'm saying? It makes you want to give out that frequency and love. It makes you, crisscross those good frequencies with people, and it makes you say hi, good morning, and you are beautiful and you are handsome and I like what you got going on there. It makes you try to cross these frequencies of love as much as possible, because you understand what you put out is what you also get in. So as you get safer and you stop looking at the world as a constant cesspool, you'll be able to cross frequencies and know that there are some people that you can just say hi. How you doing? Oh, I like that hat. Your hair looks good. That's cute. Wonderful. Without doing too much, and still getting the reciprocity from the universe that you need, without tethering yourself to all these bad energies that are out there that are waiting to catch you unawares and off guard, like the zombies that keep walking past my steps. I don't speak to them. Okay, so let's get on over to the Sagittarius, because I'm pretty sure Sagittarius has a lot. They're pretty complex. Okay. Oh, I spent some time with you today, nearly 3 hours. Boom. Three of Swords. Heartbroken, anxiety, feeling a bit disconnected, a little anxious, probably. What's going on, Sagittarius? What's going on in your life? I'll knock before I come in, just in case you're not dressed. King of Swords, Star, King of Wands. Okay, baby, I'm a star. So there's 8, there's star here, there's main character energy here, there's a King of Swords, which means there's unbiased judgment. That means that somebody's able to cut off. Don't have to be a big spectacle. We don't even have to be in the worst of ways, but just know that if things aren't going great, I'm going to be walking away and it's going to be okay. I don't need that evidence. I just need to know I don't like to be there. And that's how you're going to operate in a King of Swords, whether you are a male or a female. But if you are a star, you just don't understand that people are there to love you. People are there to see you. So you have to understand everybody's going to come to see, whether they're good or bad. And this is why you have this on both sides of the star. And the star is the only one with the number here. It's like you have the angel, which is going to cut quick and is going to make sure you hold on to your blessings while cutting off everything that is not meant for you. And then you have this little devil here waiting to burn down all of your blessings the minute you let me in. Little bird, let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Not by the hair of my chitty chin chin. No. So you got to be the star. You got to think. You got to have the 3. Remember, there was 3 little pigs. So get your holy trine. You yourself and I together. And remember your wholeness, because you've got these 2 things on the side, these 2 elements trying to throw you off kilter. You got God saying, come on over here, cut off all those things, sacrifice those things. Those things don't have to go. You can close the doors on those things. And you've got this thing say, come on, let me burn you just a little bit. Let me mark you. Let me scorch you just a little bit. Let me get into your memory. Let me burn my mark up. Every time you close your eyes, you see me and monsters. All right. So you have to remember, you're the star. You're the star of your life. You are the main character. You can be different. You can think outside the box. This is why this Aquarius energy, you are the water barrier. You do decide what feelings you hold, what feelings you navigate, and what do you put out there about yourself. You decide what you want to be famous for, not what people speak into your life. You decide. You control the emotions. You control the creativity. Don't let nobody put a steering wheel on your back, because this is what this guy's definitely came to do. And the fact that he's willing to change willing to cry, willing to stomp, willing to threaten you, willing to go from one extreme to the next just to get in. But if you're standing on your 10 toes, you're in heaven. You're heavenly. You're like, oh, that thing, oh, squash it. Get it out of here. Clean it up. Bye-bye. Yeah, yeah, that part. Uh-huh. Toodaloo. They hate that. They really hate that when you're like, okay, I see you. That's wonderful. That was bad. Oh, God. Bye. They hate it when they can't really get you upset about it. Like, okay, I see you brought the wickedness that way. That's great. It's been noted. Bye bye. Toodaloo. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're having what on next Tuesday? I have something planned. You have a great day. All right. Yeah. They hate it when you're dodging those bullets. They want you to get into, okay, I'm going to come. I promise I'll bring a dish. Yeah, uh-huh. They want you to sign on. They want you to bring a dish. They want you to come to the potluck. They want you to come into all the places where they need you to be so they can talk bad about you and copy your style and diminish your presence and say, well, see, I got them to come to my event for free and we don't even cook good food here. My cat sits on the stove and I still bring food here. See, we're trying to keep you from them types of potlucks because if you're willing to turn down things, that means you could go to the potluck, drink water, and say hi to everybody and not eat any of Susie's 13 bean salad because she keeps them in cans and they're not fresh. Yuck. But yeah, you understand. So just know you get to control your creativity, you get to control your emotions. Even when you're deep in them, you're still able to control the ebb and the flow of things. You do hold the spark that you have. You are giving main character energy, and this is 8. So make sure you're the dharma of your life and not the karma of your life because you need outside validation and you don't understand that you are the one that controls things, not everybody in your environment. Okay? All right. That was the Sagittarius reading. Don't forget to go forward and be great, wonderful, be the main character. If you have Sagittarius and Aquarius in your chart, you do understand that you do have things that are innately covetable. People come into the room and they pick you apart, and even before they finish picking you apart, there are things that they want of you that they would love to have in common with you, but they just can't. So conquering you would be a lot better. Just making you feel like you don't have anything or you lack a lot of stuff would make them feel a lot better than actually celebrating the fact that your wholeness intimidates the shit out of them. Okay, so that's your answer. And that was Sagittarius. Yay! Yes, my feet did go up. All right, so let's get on over to Capricorn. We started off in Taurus. All right, so Cappy, what's up? That's another earth sign. The cat, that's the stoic yo. But stoic yo is good. Sometimes you don't need to be laughing your head off at everything, right? Page of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, and we got a lot. Not a lot of Pentacles. We got stingy Pentacles. We've got management, money management. Page of Pentacles. Somebody's got a goat tied up here. I don't know what this is like. I don't want to even go through with this. Oh God, let me take a second. All right, okay. So she's got a goat tied up and she's got a pentacle here. Let's just hope this is not what it looks like on the picture because, hey, don't be doing no animal sacrifices out here because some of you guys do that. So, somebody's about to find out that somebody's weird and they do weird things for money. They do weird things for money control. And this person looks like they cross-dress. So I'm just going to stick with the words that are going to come out of my mouth. You might not like them, and this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what's called not coddling you. I am not your Kojic pastor. I'm not your Kojic preacher just going to say things to make you comfortable with the blessings you done stole. Okay? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you the truth. So it looks like somebody does animal sacrifices or whatever, or they do weird things with blood in order to control pentacles, to control money, money ebb and flow. So somebody does a bunch of dark, weird things with people, and it's about controlling people's money and getting money and tricks with money. And this is a page of swords, so it looks like they're non-binary people that are mostly involved in it because their signals are mixed up. Even if they don't believe that they're non-binary, the fact that they're willing to sleep with each other in the same room means that there is a bit of perversion going on there. And it looks like he has on a camisole. I'm not lying to you. Look, it looks like he has on a camisole. This woman looks extremely manly, and it's doing a spiritual practice because it has a spiritual tool, which is the sword. So yes, there are some very practical things going impractical things going on in a practical setting, if you know what I mean. So yeah, somebody's about to find out there's a bunch of weirdos, or somebody also knows that there's a bunch of weirdos actually doing a lot of things in order to control the ebb and flow of money here in a city near you. Okay, so let me get out of here because that's some nasty, dirty, dank energy. And when I come up on it and I'm speaking on it and it's really, really truth, it feels a bit different. My good ear is going, so I'm definitely in the right space and I want to go. I want to leave. I want to go away. And the only thing here is four, which is a foundation. So somebody's foundation is brought up off of the control of money. This person has been breadcrumbed through life, so they plan on breadcrumbing everybody else through life because they've learned money, power, respect. It's the tree of life, money, power, respect. What you eat at night, money, power, respect. So somebody definitely walks through life with a hand on people's money. This is this person's control. This is the marionette. This is the person. If they ain't got no money, they don't got no control and they gonna panic. Because how else are they getting people to do what they have to do? It's not because they smiling. And even if they feeding people, who gonna buy the food? Right. This person uses money for everything. Money is their sole source. If they should find themselves without it, they don't know what they're going to do. And they're willing to do anything to make sure that they have it. So, yeah, this is why I'm saying it's a lot of stuff going on. They're willing to blur all the spiritual lines to keep this money flowing. Even if they're not inherently LGBTQIA or whatever you want to call it, they're willing to exploit that whole situation as long as it brings them money. Take what resonates, summarizing. Um, Let me get back to the card because I didn't even want to look at the card. It was a Capricorn. So this person really don't look at anything as a human. They look at everything as a money. Their mama, the kids, a baby, anything. They are no longer dealing. We're no longer dealing with a soul. We're dealing with an empty vessel. You got to be real careful when you come across people like that. It does not matter as long as it's money. That's a very dangerous place to be. Very dangerous. No longer looks for love, no longer looks for validation, no longer looks for anything, just money. Very, very empty place to be. Yikes is right. Okay, so get out of energy. Oh. Okay, Aquarius. Nah, I want to. That's not coming out again. Is there an Aquarius that's getting to the point where they're obsessed with money to a very unnatural setting? I would hope not. Let's keep going to see if that's going to come out again because lightning does strike twice in my cards, especially if I call it. Okay. Now we're getting somebody with a contrite heart. So it's basically almost the same. Okay. So we got the Knight of Pentacles, the Dark Pentacles, and then we got the very conceited Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. So yeah, we got the same elements in the different cards. So it's somebody who's willing to do anything, been any communication because they need to be the queen, the scene, and everything. And there's that damn animal. Willing to sacrifice purity and animals, a rabbit for foot. It's almost like this person works more in luck. They don't work in blessings. They do luck. They cut off your rabbit's foot if they believed that it was going to bring them some money. I remember I actually was in a situation like that where my homegirl at the time, her niece had a rabbit, and her aunt was dating a Jamaican. And when we left, the rabbit was fine. When we came back, we had food. We ate dinner. And then the little girl went to go look for the rabbit. And the rabbit was gone. And yeah, that was awkward. I'd never been through a thing like that. So at the same point, at the same time, he basically harvested his own daughter's energy, and we ate it, not knowing that that was the sacrifice. He sacrificed his daughter's animal and basically ate her broken heart because she was hurt over the fact that we ate her animal that we just fed and took care of right before we left, and came back hours later, and he took the animal, skinned the animal, and cooked the animal. Sir, they have markets that sell that animal. He did not have to take her personal pet and do that. That was ritualistic, and that was hurtful. That was basically a binding technique. And so he bonded her so good. He bonded that family so good that the mother stayed. The mother never left. It was a situation. So I watched that whole thing. And it's funny how I can recall things now. My bad ear starting to do that water thing. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a thing. That was more spiritual than I knew. I was young. I didn't understand. All I knew is that you don't usually take people's personal pets and turn them into dinner overnight. Not unless you're on a farm, and we've already talked about what chicken's going next, right? That never happened. We got caught off guard, and that was a sacrifice. Who it binded, who it was for, that was a ritual. My nose is itching, definitely so. I'm speaking the truth. And it's turning red. Oh my God. Let me sit. I need to check my cameras. They usually try to catch me off guard to try to bind to my energy while I'm busy, because they think they're catching me off guard, but I'm protected in this reading. Oh my goodness. What I'm saying is so true, and somebody don't even want me to say it. Oh, my nose was not this red. And I know I just bothered it, but I'm trying to tell you. It's true what I said. And 9 times out of 10, somebody's connected to that whole bind. Yep. And they on the other side of this screen. Or they know about it. It's a cord. It's a cord in this chat. Oh. Yup. What I just spoke was nothing but the truth, roof, and roof. Ooh. He bonded y'all. Is this why your aunt never came back around me after that? Because I did not get bonded to that. Because I was asking questions about that. I was the only one wanting to ask questions about why would he feed us this damn animal. Everybody else was at the little girl. And I didn't find shit funny about it. Interesting how things come full circle. Ain't that about to be? Very superstitious, writing on the wall. We believe in things you don't understand and you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. No. Yeah. But Julia knew. Yes, she did. That's why you had to mop the floor every night. And that's why they had to hurry up and marry you off. Ooh, it's spiritual. A whole family just came to mind. All right, let me get one out of there. Jeez, that was the Aquarius reading. I know a bunch of little itchy witchy sisters, and they tried to connect, and it did not work. And that's why the backfires. Linden, Linden, Linden. What do they call that area right there? Ain't the world small? Woo! I just went on a whole trip just now and came back and realized I told y'all about the girl group that I was in, right? Connections. Watch out for connections. Watch out for connections. Patrice. Now I got a Latrice and a Patrice. Both of them demonic as fuck. Anyway, like I was saying, we're going to get out of here. That's the Eight of Wands. The Sagittarius is the one that you're thinking about. The karma of the Sagittarius that shoots true. So true communication, direct communication. And I just hit the nail on the head with like covens, couple of covens. I was surrounded by covens, not knowing that they were trying to buy me into the coven, but I was the only one that kept trying to chew, but they kept having to spit out because I wasn't palatable. I was never meant to be ate up by you all. I was never supposed to be palatable by you. I was always supposed to survive this. I was also always supposed to know it, find out about it, and get out of it. But when you go through those memories, boy, now I understand. And your soul got fragmented. And the only thing that kept you together was the binding. And the binding would happen. And you were so far out of your body through that whole experience in high school, middle school that happened. And I remember that's when they disconnected you. That's when it really got really heightened. I kept trying to figure out why everybody was operating in such a way. That's when you little high yellow heifers was getting on that bus and allowing them boys to have sex with y'all on your way out Hollander Ridge. I'm so glad they brought that bus line to an end because it was something demonic about Hollander Ridge too. It was something wrong with Hollander Ridge. That's why they erased it. I ain't lying. That's direct communication. Something was wrong with Hollander Ridge. 44. No wonder that bus name was 44. Yesterday I was walking from somewhere, and it's crazy that I end up waking up with the Anaheim people that was on fire, and the only thing that got out was the dog. So Fire Department 33 was what I was looking at when I came out. When I was walking a straight way, but then I decided to make a few turns on the way home because I didn't want to walk the same path back. So when I came back, I started trying to make sure I made some variations in my path. And when I made variations in my path, I walked straight into the path number 33 on the fire department. What is 33? That is ascension. That's my Jesus year. That's me understanding the wilderness. Boom. That's exactly what the communication is. That was me understanding. This is me right now in my consciousness, understanding the wilderness in which I was in. Now I understand what I was going through as I was going through it, not knowing I was dodging bullets for a long time. I've been dodging vines for a long damn time. Even in the belly of the beast, I was still being spat out because I was not palatable. And it's something so gracious and wonderful when they say, turn it down. Thank you, baby. It's something good about rejection is protection. And my nose starting to itch on me saying that. Rejection was totally protection. They were spitting me out because they were trying to chew me up and they just couldn't figure out why they couldn't swallow. I wasn't supposed to be swallowed up. Nope. And when TJ Jake said, nope, they're not going to be. Ate them up. Not me. I was not part of your diet. Yay! It's something about God saving me and setting me apart in moments where I could have been ate and consumed. He still made me get up and say, you know what? I'm going this way. It's something good about coming back and being able to reflect on how many situations could have definitely led me to a dinner doom. And I was still able, and I used to remember, I'd be like, why they always holler at you and they don't holler at me? Do you know that was protection? That was protection. And I would always wonder, why it always happened to them and it always happened to me? Is because God would say, get away from here. I want you, get out. Get out. You're not supposed to be over here. And I would be all upset, not realizing that I'm being protected. Some of y'all don't understand y'all being protected. Sometimes you feel like the one cast away. You better let them cast you away. Come on, Wilson. Remember when he had that ball and he was stuck on the island by himself? Come on, Wilson. Let's go. They don't like us here. Stuck out in the wilderness, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I was stuck. They said I was crazy too, just like him. They said she was out there on the ball like Wilson. But when he came back and he hit that land, baby, when he got grounded, they couldn't say nothing to him. He was out on the wilderness like Wilson. And he weathered the storm and nobody could understand. He couldn't understand how he got stuck out in that situation. But baby, when he came back and he hit land and they gave him a good haircut and they got him back together, he was all right. Sometimes God will send you through a path of rejection. You don't know why all the friends around you are getting accepted by this group, that group, and that group, and this group. And you trying to figure out why you not accepted, because you ain't supposed to be. He wants you to stand alone for a reason. You are the example. He extracted you for a very different job. How dare you be upset with him when he set you apart? Your protection came from that rejection. I surrendered it to God, and when I woke up, I found out why. I knee deep in it and still couldn't be consumed. Ain't that grace? Ain't that to know that I was right there with the main prison? Wonderful. Somebody prayed for me. Didn't know I needed somebody pray for me. Glad that I can keep it. Body pray for me. Hey, didn't know I needed. Thank God they pray for me. Hey. Woo! I ain't gonna stay too long because now I feel the tears coming out. I feel some joy. To know that I was in the midst of the storm so many times and when I was able to wade out of that water. Jeez. You gone on with your bad self. Woo! Dang, shorty. I was right there and I was able to walk away every time. A lot of people wasn't able to walk away. A lot of people didn't make it the same. A lot of people done lost their mind, lost their family, lost their job, lost their house. But I was protected. Do you know how grateful I am? These tears are of joy. Like to know I was that close. And always was managed to escape by some little whimsical idea I would have and just go wandering off. They'd be like, is she cool? and did not know how different my own thing was at the time. Hold up, let me grab a Kleenex, because good gosh, I'm embarrassing y'all because I ain't embarrassing myself. Mm, mm, mm. Ah, the goodness. Ah, shoot, I'm blessed. I got a Kleenex. Some people got to wipe their face with a paper towel. Ain't that something? Some things we just don't take. Some things we really take for granted. I get to wipe my face with a Kleenex and not a paper towel. Ah, some things we just ought not take for granted. Mm. Woo! Hallelujah. Thank you. I'm going to drink to that some water. Dang. Woo! That is good. God, it's so good. Ah. Ah. Pisces, come on. Let me get on out of here. We going to get you right. We got Pisces and Aries left. We got 2 more on the clock. And I'm so glad we got Pi on the clock. 314, 314, which means I don't got to take a slice, baby. I get my whole pie because I sat and I humbled myself until my part came out. Until my part came out. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Until my part came out. Some of us got set to the side and we didn't understand that we was waiting for our part to come out. We was waiting for our turn. Some of us felt like we were going to be waiting for a long time. Well, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I'm here to say that some of us, it's time. It's time. It's time to come on out of the oven. It's time. You've been forged, baby. You've been waiting. Here go your pie, baby. 3.14. That's a whole pie, baby. If you know about the numbers, you ain't taking no slice, baby. That's a whole circle, baby. You get to get the whole circle, and you ain't got to worry about them coming up in your square. Who gonna try you when Jesus said he's for you? Communication. The Queen of Pentacles back out in this night. Woo! They communicating, baby. The Queen of Pentacles trying to make a move on you, baby. She trying to send you a dark night because she don't like how you vibrating up out of there. They don't like how you vibrating up out of there. They don't know that they trying to eat you up. They trying to bring you back, but you ain't going there because you done already moved forward. This is your exodus. This is your exodus. This is your exodus. Oh, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. It's time for you to walk up out of there. It's time for you to look at the people who would hold you captive and walk up on out of there clean and unmarked, unbroken. You gonna walk up out of there because your rejection was indeed protection. As these people still communicate, as they still come toward you, thinking that they can persuade you with riches and flesh and gifts that keep you tethered to this here realm. Baby, just know that you are able to walk past the enemy with his coins, with his playaways, with anything. Anybody who would entice you, who would try to tempt you. You are not susceptible to anybody's temptation. You need something to drink, baby. You are not susceptible to anybody's temptation. God made you stronger than your flesh for a reason. He needed your heart strong. He needed you fortified because he's got more things for you to do. Now that you were able to perform the things that he needed you to perform and walk past the things that he needed you to be able to walk past, welcome to Solomon's Island. Welcome to Solomon's Island. Let not no evil thing, no evil words, just because the person can type, don't make them right. You understand? Just because a person can get up and time themselves to get up with you every day to try to change your mind against yourself, don't you let them weak people come around you and tell you nothing. Because I showed you that star card. You control your emotions. You control your creativity. You say what goes in. You say what goes out. You don't allow nobody to program you through no activity that you choosing or choosing not to do. You don't let nobody with their weak self log on and tell themselves that their heavy ideation is something of you. You don't take that. You know what frequency you vibrating on. You say them things. You walk that walk. You talk that talk. You show up as you every day. The enemy gonna be mad with you. He gonna roll over. He gonna set his clock. He gonna set an alarm. He coming for you the same time every day. Sometimes you gotta change it up for him, but sometimes you keep it right where it is. Because guess what? I came to plant my feet. I came to shout. I came to clap my hands. I came for joy, and I came not that which you could take it away. I'm going to stand where I stand, regardless of what you throwing at me, because I got a bigger purpose, and I know who God wanted me to be. And he wanted me to be right here talking to you to show you that testimony through trials and tribulations, through all the danger that I had to walk through, that I could come here and tell you about it. And tell you about it and give you reference. And you could go see, you could test the spirit, you could go, you could try any name I put out, you could try any spot, any location, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. There are people right now that want to tell you that I'm lying, but it's going to show in their face that I'm telling you the truth. So I came here to tell the truth. I ain't come here to live no lies with you. And this is why they put an oracle in the family, because they knew too many people were lying. They needed, it's not, an oracle doesn't have to be all of what you think it is and on the movie and everything. It's just a person that takes real notes of the real events that happened. And could take everything in full weight and not let it break them, not let the truth and the weight of the truth break them, because so many people have broken living their lies. How dare I allow the lie that has broken you so many times fragment me when I've been living in our truth, the truth you refuse to hold on to. Yes, I say our truth, because even though you rebuke it and even though you don't accept it, I know what the truth is. I know your truth and I know my truth, and I accept it. And it don't hurt me none to repeat it, because I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm an example of what didn't happen. I'm an example of what could have happened. I'm an example of why it didn't work. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, in the name. I am a witness. I bear witness, and it ain't false. Ain't none of no business of yours. If you want to live a lie, go on live. And that's okay with me. But my truth and your truth never broke me, but it's breaking you. Because you don't want to live in the truth. You don't want to exist there. You want to cast illusions upon my shadow. Because you done already cast too many illusions on your shadow. Your shadow don't even deal with you no more, because your shadow is like, what's going on with us? We so separated because you don't tell the truth. I'm going to go hang out with her because at least I have remembrance there. At least I have a real record there. You tell lies on your own shadows and wonder why you're so detached. And your shadow running around at night without you. Jumping off of walls and balls. Here you go. Here you go. Far be it from me to reflect you when I'm too busy reflecting me. And what come out of me is going to be the God's honest truth. Because you like to live a lie. I accept it. I accept you living your lie. But you're going to have to take me living my truth. And I'm quite comfortable with that. Quite comfortable with that. All right. So let's get on out of here and get on to the Aries, because the Pisces was 8. Someone is definitely engulfed by karma. Karma, karma, karma. Okay. Definitely engulfed by karma. They wanted to be the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. They wanted to be the one that keep doing the dark offers, even though they're sending it through different vessels. They're the ones setting up the cards and allowing them to fall. So you have to understand, when it all falls down, I'm telling you, when it all falls down, yeah, the greatness. Okay, Aries, step up, because we're done with Pisces that was still in karma. We had a lot of 8s this morning, a lot of 5 this morning. Changes, unexpected changes, a lot of karma and a lot of dharma, because a lot of people don't want to live in their truth. Old as they are, eventually they won't be able to outrun the truth. They're going to have to exist in whatever truth that is. Can't run around and lie all the time, all your life. It comes a time when one must put childish things away. It comes a time where God will just make you, because you won't. Okay. We're in Aries right now. Queen of Swords, 10 of Swords, 2 of Cups. We got a 12, which is divine intervention. The 10 of Swords, somebody got cut off. Somebody got stabbed in the back by a lot of people. And now there's judges waiting to see what they can salvage so that they can nourish their own families and friends. 2 of Cups, there are offers coming out. Doesn't have to be romantic, could be platonic, could be just friendship. This could be some people just reaching out. You understand? It could just be some people just trying to reconnect on a humane level, because they realize that they have been less than humane to other people. I'm not saying what to do. I'm not suggesting what to do, but I did tell you, if you ever should get yourself clean of such people, don't go back. You could go forward to new people. You can meet new people that would never do you like that, or you can meet new people and have discernment about if they would do you like that. It doesn't matter, but you still have to go on in life. You can't live in a bubble. You have to go forward, okay? Even though there are going to be people on both sides, you're going to have to use your discernment and go forward. Knowing what you know now is a lot better than starting from scratch. So go forward with your experience, and you can have friends. You can have love. You can have everything. Just use your discernment and remember what you've been through and the things that you saw. And know that when it's time to go, get up. Simple. When it's time to go, get up. Don't tether yourself to no outcome on this earth. Just know that it's the flesh that is going to try to tether you, but it's the spirit that is going to let you fly free. Okay? So keep going. We got this. I got you. I know you got me spiritually, because I don't need you physically. Spiritually, it's all in the spirit. Somebody is realizing that somebody's exodus, somebody's exit state left, meant that they're going to have to deal with their own karma. For some of us, we've been dealing with other people's karma because we tell ourselves we love them and we owe them and we want their love when they don't have love. We've been asking for love. We've been trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip. You're looking for validation out of a person who does not validate themselves. They got to put on layers and layers of things to even look at themselves in the mirror. And you, with your pure love, keep trying to give somebody love that's in a deficit. You'll never be enough for a person that's in a deficit. So cut them off and keep your love. That's the only way to hold on to some of your love, is to stop giving it to people who don't love themselves, because they would definitely put you in a deficit, and you'll be drained while they're sitting there not loving themselves but telling everybody that they need you and they love you when they don't know love. They are in a deficit, and you will drain yourself of any love for yourself because you're too busy trying to love somebody who does not love themselves. So exit stage left. Let them go in with the karma that they have coming, because you're carrying a lot of their burdens by trying to love somebody who don't love themselves. So they're putting their karma onto you because you keep trying to connect with them. Let them go. Let them be married. Let them be free. Let them be in the devices that they have planned on themselves and in their bed and everything else. Let them be free. If they would like to be swallowed up by the world, that is the validation that they wanted. But don't you keep accepting somebody else's karma, because there are judges that are waiting to clean up the residue of whatever's left, and they're going to take whatever's left and nourish their peoples with it. I know you can't survive off of fumes. So go on forward. Accept new cups, good cups, different cups. And understand that everybody you're not supposed to lay with and everybody you're not supposed to play with. And when the time comes, get up and leave. Don't feel no kind of way. Don't question yourself. Get up and leave. I ain't saying just be flighty to everybody. You'll know. You'll know when that moment comes. You'll be like, you know what? I ain't coming back. And you don't got to explain. Sometimes you just got to get up and leave. Some people need to know you love yourself more than you love their validation, more than you love their friends, more than you love their things. Sometimes you just got to love yourself. People that would make you compromise any of that is not for you. Let that go. Okay, so that was your Aries reading, and it was a 10 and a 2, which is 3, which is good God intervention. So God is going to remove some of you from situations in which you don't understand that you're being ate up, you're being consumed, you're being drained, you're being drowned in a situation where you can no longer offer any water, where you can't offer any substance, where you can't offer any food. Anything you offer will be taken and be taken for granted, and you will feel empty at the end. So stop emptying yourself out for people who are already empty and already in a deficit and already fragmented. What do you consider yourself, a whole crux? Remember that was in the Harry Potter movie. When you fragment yourself, you open yourself up to accept somebody's badness of their soul. Remember, he stored all of the bad facets of his soul and all of these different things, a hairbrush, a mirror, a jewelry, a this or that. Yeah, that's why I say be careful with people giving you gifts you don't understand. And be careful with giving gifts you don't understand. Souls are exchanged in gifts and bad gifts and good gifts. You have to understand. A lot of people don't have very good intentions. Some people will speak death and life over certain things when they're giving them to you. Sometimes when you get a situation, you have to ask, what was this for? What does this mean? Sometimes you shouldn't have to ask. A lot of you are accepting gifts and they don't have the packaging or wrapping on it. You don't want to know where it came from. And you don't even understand that sometimes people steal stuff from people to give to you, and you don't even know that is even a contract. Because why are you stealing from somebody else, hurting somebody else to make me feel some kind of way? Because it's not that they're grateful for you, because if they were grateful for you, why are you stealing people's things? Why didn't you get something with good intentions and get it for me from the beginning? From the beginning, it was gotten procured for me. No, you want to hurt somebody and steal their things and give it to me and pretend as though it was for my good intentions, when really you're just disturbing the energy, period. Why are you stealing from somebody to give to me? Because you want me to attach to you via a gift given from somebody else. So all of that is fragmented. Every last part of that is fragmented. What do you tell yourself? You're a whole crux. You want to hold on to somebody's karma and somebody's bad juju. Pay attention. Pay attention. So this was the Aries reading. The last but not least was the Aries. Okay, that was the 10 and the 2. God is coming in to help navigate you into a better situation. He's coming to make you alert to what you're pouring into, and to know that you don't have to pour into that at all. And the fact that we are approaching 3:33 on the clock is amazing. I'm never on here this long. I guess this makes up for that Father's Day reading that someone undoubtedly robbed you of, but that's okay. For the people who were there, they do understand. They know the spiritual meaning behind why that was snatched away and how much truth came out in that reading as well. Until then, have a nice one. This has been Nyx. Hey, have a good one. Take a moment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for allowing me to share the knowledge of the great one with you.